Stadium as Grayson County welcomes McLean County to Leitchfield. Grayson was forced off last week due to COVID protocol, while McLean was forced into playing an out-of-state opponent. The Grayson County offense stomped all over Edmondson to open the year. Will the momentum carry over, or will McLean claim the Cougar clash? And a good evening and welcome to Cougar Stadium for the first time here in 2021. As this is the Locker Room Show here on K105 and also on K105 Digital Productions. Sam Gormley with you tonight. We appreciate you taking the time to join us and tune in here to tonight's coverage. As it is a gorgeous night for football. It's a little tiny bit warm right now, but nothing too terrible at all. As when that sun starts to set here next, 45 minutes or so, it's going to turn out to be very nice here today in this game. Grayson County and McLean County, it's the first matchup between these two teams since 2012. McLean County won that one Grayson County won that one at McLean County by a final score of 41-0. In 2011, it was Grayson County that picked up the win as well, 49-14. In fact, Grayson County has dominated this series as of late, as the Cougars have won 9 straight in the series against McLean County and are 7-1 in games played here in Leitchfield. McLean County coming off wins in their first 2 games of the season against Ohio County and Washington, Indiana. Last season, the Cougars of McLean were 3-2 in a COVID-19 shortened season. They have 3 straight winning seasons. Cougars were picked last in Class 2A District 2's preseason standings that were released by the Cat's Paws in the preseason. And again, McLean County has not beaten Grayson County since 1980. In fact, they won 3 of the first 4 matchups between these two teams and have not won anything since then. Grayson County 1-1 on the season. They defeated Edmondson County week 1. And last week, they were forced to forfeit due to COVID-19. And again, this is one of these things that by the end of the season, it wouldn't shock me if that doesn't turn out to be a loss for Grayson, but that is, as of this second, is a loss if you look into the record books for this one. As it was the first forfeited loss in Grayson County history. Again, the Cougars have won 9 straight against McLean County, 7-1 in games held in Leitchfield. And that is looking at tonight's matchup. Grayson County and McLean County, we're getting closer and closer to getting underway. We're just about 27 minutes away from kickoff. When we come back, we'll introduce you to the McLean County Cougars. So that comes up and more right here on K105.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here. At Midway Pharmacy.
Living perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield or fdbm.net.
Wash your hands, stay home, cover your cough. It's our new reality with COVID-19, and that means calling ahead instead of going directly to a doctor or hospital if you're sick. It means being more patient. We're all in this together, and we all have a role in preventing the spread. So, prepare, focus on the essentials, protect, keep some space from people outside your home, and disinfect a lot. Get the facts at kycovid19.ky.gov. Prepare, protect, disinfect.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. It's the Battle of the Cougars, McLean County and Grayson County. Getting closer and closer to getting underway here tonight. McLean County enters with a record of 2-0. They are in Class 2A District 2, so that's a district with Owensboro Catholic, Todd County Central, Hancock County, and Butler County. As the Cougars are coached by Zach Wagner. He's in his 9th season, 46-39 at the helm of this McLean County program. Brody Klein going to be the starting quarterback for McLean. This season he's 11 of 22 for 238 yards and 1 interception. He is averaging 21.6 yards per completion. On the ground, he is a threat to run, 15 carries, only 27 yards though on those carries. McLean County only attempted 36 passes last season, averaging just about 5 per game. And in 2 games this year, they've already passed the ball 22 times for 11 per game. So they're already upping their mark when it comes to that. James Hurley is the team's leading rusher, 27 carries for 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lucas Mosey is a close second, 23 carries for 149 yards and a team-high 4 touchdowns. Mosey scored the game-winning touchdown with about 56 seconds left in the win over Ohio County Week 1. Zach Clayton is the third weapon out of the backfield, 15 carries, 135 yards, and a touchdown. Brady Dame, if you followed third region basketball, it's a name that you know. He is what they are calling a super senior this year, as he was supposed to graduate last year, but due to Senate Bill 128, he decided to come back and repeat his senior year. He's the team's leading receiver, 7 catches for 165 yards. That's an average of 23.6 yards per catch. Last season, he had 381 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. He also is, I mentioned, a good basketball player. 14.2 points, 8.7 rebounds per game for the McLean Cougar basketball team last season. Other catches made by Baldwin, Clayton, and Hurley out of the backfield. McLean County runs, I guess, what you would classify as the wing T offense, but in a lot of ways, it's a modified look, as they're going to pass more than you would typically see in a regular wing T. Team last week against Washington, Indiana, the biggest point for them was that they put the ball on the ground 6 times. They only lost 1 of those fumbles, but 6 times on the ground is never a good thing, and that's the one thing with this wing T offense is a lot of misdirection, a lot of trying to trick the defense, and sometimes you can trick the defense all you want, but if you're tricking the offense too, that's not a good thing. Scoring offense averaging 28 points a game. Defensively, 19 points a game, so they allowed 30 points in their win over Ohio County and only 8 last week against Washington, Indiana. Pass defense allowing 121 yards per game through the air. Rush defense, 84 per game on the ground. That is 4th in Class 2A amongst teams that have played 2 games. James Hurley and Zach Clayton are their leading tacklers with 18 each. Hurley has added 6.5 tackles for a loss and 2.5 sacks on this season. The team, though, looking to replace Andrew Munster on their defense. He led the team in tackles each of their previous 3 seasons, in which he combined for 428 total tackles. Team, though, has allowed at least 28 points a game in 5 of their last 6, dating back to last season. Jacob Capps is the kicker listed on the roster for the Cougars. They have not attempted an extra point or field goal, though. You have to go back to the 2019 season. Grayson County enters with a record of 1-0, 1-1, depending on how you look at it. We'll dive deeper into what their record is, according to the KHSAA, coming up next, right here on K105.
When I was a kid, my dad would hold a nickel in one hand and a dime in the other and ask, which one is bigger? Of course, the nickel was bigger, but the dime was worth more. Think about that. With all the bank mergers going on, does bigger make them better? I don't think so. Wilson & Muir Bank is a locally owned community bank based right here in Kentucky. I like dealing with people I know personally, the same people I've trusted with my money for years. That's why it's my bank. Wilson & Muir Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine too. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
We the people are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
Hey, boss. Okay.
Said I'm fine.
See you in the morning with the frosted
wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. We were underlay in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Cougar Stadium. Grayson County and McLean County getting closer to getting underway here tonight. Cougars coached by Brian Jones, 6-4 at Grayson County, 18-54 in his 8th season overall. Cougars are 1-1. And again, I don't need to get on my soapbox and talking about this, but according to the KHSAA, what their rule is that if a team has to cancel due to COVID, they technically, by rule, have to forfeit. The only way, as of, again, September the 3rd, that can change is that if Grayson County and Barron County would reschedule for later on in the season. In that case, that could overrule the forfeit. But as of right now, Grayson County's record is at 1-1. Kaylor Decker, the starting quarterback, last week, he was very good. 9 of 10 for 107 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was the first Cougar quarterback since Noah Bullock on October the 19th, 2018 to pass for 100 yards, and he was the first with multiple touchdowns in a game since Bullock on August the 31st of 2018, ironically enough, also against Edmonson County. Chandler McCready made his debut as the Cougar running back and was very, very impressive. 15 carries, 182 yards, and 3 touchdowns. His 77-yard touchdown run was the longest play offensively for the Cougars since 2018. Decker had 6 carries for 58 yards out of the quarterback position for Grayson County. Michael Wood, who will not play tonight, had a jet sweep run for 42 yards for the Cougars. Hunter Toms, leading receiver, 5 catches, 70 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He was the first receiver with multiple touchdowns in a game since Nathaniel Schartzer, going back to September the 18th of 2015. Cougars went 3 of 5 on 2-point conversions against Edmonson County. McCready scored 2. Toms also captured 1 of those conversions. Grayson County scored their most points to open a season against Edmonson County, 43. Since 2009, and it was only the 5th time in program history that they have scored at least 40 points in a season opener. Scoring defense pitched a shutout in their first game against Edmonson County, first time having a shutout since week 1 in 2014. The Cougars have only allowed 12 points over their last 6 non-district games for an average of 2 points per game. Jackson Kane going to be handling the kicking duties. Of course, Brian Jones is the head coach. Get his thoughts on the matchup next, right here on K105.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. This is what they do.
Get down, get down!
They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives.
Without your Coast Guard, my family wouldn't be here today.
It's dangerous work. Sometimes in our own backyards, sometimes far from home. We're the Coast Guard Foundation, and in times of triumph or tragedy, we're here for them. The Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. We provide education, support, and relief for our defenders.
You want somebody to have your back, and the Coast Guard Foundation has always had our back.
Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Show here on K105. Sam Gormley now joined by the head coach of the Grayson County Cougars, head coach Brian Jones. And Coach, last week, cancellation. And I know I talked last year and asked you pretty much the same question last year when you had about a month off. Most of was out of your control because that was some of the KHSAA. But it was as much as you were a coach, you're in a way like a father figure to these kids, teaching life lessons. How has this past 18 months as a coach helped you grow as a coach, but also as in that father figure and teaching these young kids to be young men?
You know, I think there's definitely never been anything like this in the 15 years or so that I've been coaching. You know, you get to practice each afternoon and you kind of go through and count your guys and look at them and see who's there and who may be missing and try to figure out why they may be missing. Did they get sent home that day and put in quarantine and things like that? You know, and then on the flip side of that, you talk about kids and trying to, you know, convince them to, protect themselves for the better good of the team and, things like that. So I think there's definitely some life lessons about putting the team before yourself and, being selfless so that we can have opportunities to play on Fridays and things like that. And so those things I think kind of get amplified a little bit in this. You've always been teaching those things, but, like last week we're going home and nothing that I don't think really could have been prevented in this, one situation. But, we've got other outside things going on like the fair this week, and, we're trying to convince our kids to stay away from there, to really kind of sequester themselves from putting themselves, at greater risk of potentially being positive, putting other people in quarantine, things like that. So I think some of those lessons are magnified in these situations. But, personally, growing as a coach, it really makes a lot of us that are, I think, head coaches are, like to be in control and, have your hand in everything. And that kind of, is an attribute that I think a lot of head coaches have is, being able to really know what's going on at all times. And the last 18 months of COVID, you don't know what's going on from 1 minute to the next. And so I think that puts a lot of stress on coaches because it is not what we're accustomed to and not situations that we like being in as coaches. So it's made you kind of sit back and, really kind of think about things in a different way and make sure that you've got kids ready to play multiple positions because you never know when you may need them in other spots. Zach Bratcher last year playing offensive line. That never happens in probably a non-COVID situation. And similar things will rise this year for us. And so it really, I think, it makes you a better coach in the long run, but a much more stressful situation for sure.
Take you back to the Edmonson County game. Your offense that game had most passing yards in 3 years, longest play in 3 years, and Hunter Toms became the first receiver to catch 2 touchdown passes since 2015. When you were thinking this summer about how this offense was going to look and how it could look, was how it looked against Edmonton what you were imagining?
I think somewhat. I think in that game, I don't know that we got the greatest opportunity to kind of even still show what we're maybe capable of as far as the pass game. I think Kaler had a great game, but we still only threw the ball 10 times. So that's still not a whole lot. Some of the RPOs we've been saying all along, may end up being runs. In a different game, they may be pass, and maybe that, instead of it being 10 passes, it was 15. But so I think we still have the capability to throw it more. I think if you're throwing at a 90% completion ratio, you better be throwing it more. It's kind of like in basketball. If you're shooting 40%, 50% from three, you're not shooting it enough. At least that's what I hear the Johnstons say. So I think we have the ability to throw it more and expand on some of those things that you said haven't happened in a long time. And even one up those. But that was definitely some things that we were hopeful for, some things that we thought McCready was capable of as far as, I'm assuming his run was the long play that you're speaking of. We know he's got that in him, and I think he continues to get better the more reps he gets. So, yes and no. I think there's more to come.
When we were driving back from the Edmonton County game, we were listening to the post-game statewide radio show, and they had a coach on, and the coach said that his favorite week in between is in between the first game and the second game because he said a team never improves more than they do between game 1 and game 2. Do you agree? And even if not, how has your team improved since game 1?
I think that's probably a fairly good statement, but, our game 1 was, 2 weeks ago. And in that 2 weeks, we've only had 3 practices. So in a different situation, that's probably an accurate statement. In our situation, we were short of practice this week. We didn't get to practice on Monday. Tuesday, we had the storm move through, which threw another wrench in things. Wednesday, we get a pretty normal practice. Thursday, we get a pretty normal practice. So You know, we spoke a lot about our adversity this week. We've been in an adverse situation for the past 2 weeks, and I'm real curious and a little anxious and excited to see how this group responds to the adversity that we've kind of been dealt here early in the season.
You mentioned Zach Bratcher, and looking at McLean County, they lost their quote-unquote Zach Bratcher, their leading tackler over the past 3 years, the man in the middle. He had over 400 tackles in his high school career. Knowing that as an offensive play caller, is there anything you can do when you know that the other team has lost their defensive stud? Anything you can do to make that youth show more?
You know, I think throwing some variety at young teams is difficult because you force them to line up correctly to a lot of different things. And, you know, there's only so much time in a practice week to prepare for different things. And so, you know, I think the more you can throw at them, unbalanced, motions, those kind of things I think can really cause a young team problems.
McLean County offensively stands out running. I guess they're calling it still the wing T, but I know it's still a little bit more modified because they're passing a little bit more. How big of a challenge, though, is the wing T?
Well, you know, with the way they do it, I think can be extremely challenging. You know, we saw a version of it 2 weeks ago against Coach Smart in Edmonson County, and that was really kind of a double wing, run a lot of option, and then, you know, go back 2 weeks prior to that, and you see Hancock County, who has a little bit of that, but has some power run at you too. And McLean is kind of different than both of them. Not a whole lot of option game typically. As many unbalanced and odd formations that they can throw at you, they will. And then, you know, throw the power game in with it as well. But I think they're really trying to get you kind of outflanked and lined up wrong where they've got you outnumbered to get the big play. And so you got to be really disciplined and really notice who's eligible. You know, they'll sneak a guy in as an eligible receiver that normally wouldn't be in that position and catch you sleeping and hit you with a big play. So, you know, they throw some odd things at you that, you know, you just don't typically see. And so they're difficult to prepare for at times.
What needs to happen to pick up the win?
I think we just got to finish drives, you know, try to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, finish drives, get points, win the field position battle, and, you know, play Cougar football, I think, is number one. You know, do what we do, and I think we'll be okay. I like this group. I think they're going to be exciting this year.
Coach, good luck. Well, more here coming up after this.
Kentucky's new 5-star school rating system provides parents with an easy way to find out how their children's schools are performing. Star ratings are based on test scores for reading, math, social studies, science, and writing. They are also based on students' academic growth over 1 year. For high schools, ratings are also based on how well students are prepared for college and careers after graduation and the number of students who graduate on time. Visit kyschoolreportcard.com for the latest information on schools in your community.
We, the people, are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
Wash your hands, stay home, cover your cough. It's our new reality with COVID-19, and that means calling ahead instead of going directly to a doctor or hospital if you're sick. It means being more patient. We're all in this together, and we all have a role in preventing the spread. So, prepare, focus on the essentials, protect, keep some space from people outside your home.
And the Cougars taking the field to our audience here on K105 Digital Productions. We'll rejoin our radio broadcast right now.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. The Cougars have taken the field. That's the Cougars of Grayson County. The Cougars of McLean County are making their way in right now as we are just under 5 minutes away from kickoff. Really quick, we're going to bring you your keys to the game. First for McLean County, limit Chandler McCready in space. You saw that a lot last week against Edmonson County. That's how he broke that long touchdown run. Also, they need to test this Grayson County secondary. Hunter Toms is going to be starting at safety tonight. He's been playing back end at linebacker. That's new. And then finally, no turnovers for McLean. They put the ball on the turf 6 times last week. They got to limit that. Can't let it happen if they want to come up with a win against Grayson County. Now the momentum here for Grayson County, the keys to the game. First one, keep the momentum rolling. Yes, you had a week off, but the offense, the defense was rolling against Edmonton. Keep that rolling here tonight. Second one, take Dame out of the game. Brady Dame is a danger on the outside. If you limit his ability to get open, it makes the Cougars have to run. Second, force the fumble. Like I mentioned, they put the ball on the turf 6 times. You got to take advantage of that. And finally, enjoy this. Last week you realized what it was like to not play. Enjoy this moment. Enjoy every moment you can get because you get to play football. And guess what? That's next, right here on K105.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine too. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Kentucky's new 5-star school rating system provides parents with an easy way to find out how their children's schools are performing. Star ratings are based on test scores for reading, math, social studies, science, and writing. They are also based on students' academic growth over 1 year. For high schools, ratings are also based on how well students are prepared for college and careers after graduation and the number of students who graduate on time. Visit kyschoolreportcard.com for the latest information on schools in your community.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness,
it's time for football in Leitchfield, Grayson County and McLean County right now to get underway here. And the opening kick is up by Caps for McLean County, and it's going to be caught by Grayson County at about the 16-yard line. Breaking it back here towards the middle across the 25 and being brought down at about the 29-yard line on the return was Chandler McCready. So he gets about 14 yards on the return in the Grayson County offense, being led by senior quarterback Kaylor Decker, 9 of 10 last week, 107 yards and 2 touchdowns in the win over Edmonson County. He was the first quarterback since Noah Bullock in 2018 to pass for over 100 yards. He's a pair of Division III college football offers. So Grayson County going to start the ball here at their own 29-yard line. Under center goes Kaylor Decker. Chandler McCready, the deep back. And it's going to be a pitch out now to Hunter Felty, actually. He's going to go to pass, and it is complete to Jaron Van Meter at the 40-yard line. Slips a tackle at the 45, and he's brought down at the 48. Grayson County comes out and pulls some trick play on the first play of the game up to the 47-yard line. That is a pickup of 18 yards and a first down, Cougars. That's a great start for Grayson County to start off in this one, as it'll be first down and 10 now for Grayson. Ball placed on their own 47-yard line on the far hash, as Hunter Felty was actually the deep back on that side, not Chandler McCready. This time, Decker going to go shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers on each side. He'll drop back to pass, 2-step drop, now going to scramble to the near side, throws off balance, and the pass is complete to Hunter Thomas at the 47-yard line. He's across midfield, sidesteps down the sideline, and he runs out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. And Grayson County picks up another first down. This time it's Hunter Toms for a pickup of 15 yards and 2 plays, 2 first downs for Grayson County. And here comes a hurry-up offense look now for Grayson. It's going to be trips to the right side. 1 wide receiver down here to the left side. As it is Decker, he's going to go a screen play, pass complete to Owen Bratcher, who catches it on a little bubble screen and runs out of bounds at the 34-yard line. That's a pickup of 4 yards. And a Grayson County, it'll be 2nd down and 10. Owen Bratcher, last season, he didn't have a catch last week against Edmonson County. He was the only starting receiver to not do it. Again, Grayson hurrying it up. This is some up-tempo look, and we have a whistle blown. And it's 2nd down. Oh, the chains did not move on the far side. Now they're going to talk this over as Grayson County picked up about 4 yards. So while they talk this over, let's introduce you to the Grayson County starting offense. Your offensive line starting left tackle, Sawyer Drake, Tanner Finley, Ethan Hall, Waylon Bruce, Will Scott, Kaylor Decker. Of course, your senior starting quarterback. His backfield of Cooper Goff, Chandler McCready. Your wide receivers tonight, Owen Bratcher and Hunter Toms. Jaron Van Meter are going to be sliding into the slot tonight in place of Michael Wood, who will not play in tonight's game. So that's the starting lineup here for the Grayson County offense. Not really sure what the talk was here, is they still haven't moved the chains on the far side of the field. It'll be 2nd down and 6. I'm not really sure what that was about, but they're going to wind the clock now. No score here. 11 minutes and 6 seconds to play here in this game. Here in the first quarter. 2 wide receivers on each side. Shotgun formation for Kaylor Decker. McCready is to his right. He'll drop back to pass. 2-step drop. Throws up top, and Hunter Toms almost comes down with it. It was overthrown. Toms reached out with his left hand and almost knocked the ball back down into his arm to make something happen. That was almost an unbelievable catch by Hunter Toms. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 now for Grayson County. Ball placed on the McLean 34-yard line. Kaylor Decker gets the play call from Brian Jones, now delivering it to his huddle. Decker was very efficient last week, 9 of 10. Again, the shotgun with trips to the right side. Tom's the lone receiver down here to the near side. McCready is the running back to his right, and it's faking the handoff. It's kept up the middle by Decker. He has the 1st down and more, runs into his offensive lineman across the 25-yard line. He's up to the 23. That's an 11-yard pickup and a 1st down, Cougars. Grayson County's offense, 3 first downs on this opening drive, and again going hurry up. This time McCready going to move to the left side, and that's also where the trips will go. We have a whistle blown. And again, our chain gang over on the far side is slowing down Grayson. I'm not sure, is that former Cougar baseball coach Danny Clark over there struggling a little bit running the chain gang? Underneath, throwing over the middle, and it is intercepted by McLean County, and nobody is going to catch him. He's at the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. McLean County, an interception. That one's returned from about the 22-yard line, and in there on the interception, Brady Dame. Touchdown, McLean County. Just got about 77 yards on that interception return by Brady Dame. He read that pass perfectly. So McLean County, again, has not made an extra point, has not even attempted one since the 2019 season. So Brady Dame, just about 77 yards on that interception, returned for a touchdown. As that's Kaylor Decker's first, and the Grayson County Cougars offense's first turnover on this young season. 10 minutes and 18 seconds to play here in the first quarter. McLean County strikes first. As again, here's the Cougars' first look at this wing T look. Under center again is the starting quarterback, Brody Klein. And looks like he's going to keep it himself up the middle, and he's not going to get it. 2-point conversion, no good, but McLean strikes first. They lead 6-0. This is Cougar football on K105.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
The Cougars find themselves with a first deficit on this young season. They trail 6-0 against McLean County. 10 minutes and 18 seconds to play after the 77-yard interception return for a touchdown by Brady Dame. And this kick now is going to roll out of bounds. Did Hunter Felty, one of the upbacks, touch it or not? And it appears that he did, says the official, as that ball rolls out of bounds at the 24-yard line. And if Felty would not have touched that, that would have been a penalty. I'll call it on McLean, and Grayson County would have gotten very good field position. Instead, they're just going to have the ball placed at the 24-yard line of their own. So ball placed on the 24, 10 minutes, 15 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. I formation this time for Decker. He'll go under center. Hand the ball off to McCready. He comes across the near side. He's across the 25, slides past to tackle, and he's brought down at the 30-yard line. In there on the tackle, Will Taylor for McLean County. And in there on the pickup is about 7 yards for Grayson County, Chandler McCready. Of course, McCready broke a big-time return, 77 yards on the rush against Edmondson County. It was the Cougars' longest play since the final regular season game in 2018 when Hugh McHenry broke one for 98 yards. I formation again for Grayson. And this time we're going to have some false starts, some movement in the backfield called on, I think it was both of the Cougar running backs, both Cooper Goff, the upback, and Chandler McCready, the backfield. And that's going to push Grayson County back. And this one back now to the 26-yard line. So it'll be second down and about 8 or 9. 9 minutes, 39 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. So depending on how you want to look at it, it's a long 8, a short 9. Cougars going more into a run formation here. They were spreading it out big time on the last drive. This time they go I formation again with Decker under center. This time he's going to keep it himself on a triple option. He's a hole across the right side. He's run into by a mass of Cougar defenders. First one in there was Zach Clayton and brings him down at the 31-yard line. So Decker picks up about 5 yards, and it'll be third down and 3 for Grayson. Ball placed again on their own 31-yard line. 9 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. It's McLean County 6, Grayson County 0. Brady Dame with an interception return for a touchdown to put McLean County on the board as Grayson County has only run offensive plays in this one. McLean has still not run an offensive play in this game. This time Grayson going to spread it out again. Trips to the near side. One wide receiver to the right side. And Decker again going to keep this himself. He's got the first down and more across the 35-yard line, brought down at the 40. That's that read option look. Decker's done a very good job early on reading the defense. Picks up 9 yards, and that is a first down Cougars. 8 minutes, 30 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. Again, it is McLean 6, Grayson 0. Decker looks back at his running backs. Hunter Felty, the fullback. Chandler McCready, the deep back. Looks like Jaron Van Meter out to the right side. Hunter Toms down here to the near side. It is going to be kept again by Decker across the right side. He is slung down at the 45-yard line. In there on the tackle was James Hurley for the Cougars of McLean. About a 5-yard pickup there for the senior quarterback, Decker. This is one of these things that you never want to have an interception returned for a touchdown. But the pro to this is you're immediately putting a lot of pressure on this McLean County defense because the Cougars had gone the length of the field, and now they're trying to do it again, and you're trying to tire out this defense early on. I formation for Grayson. Decker, handoff to McCready. He's a big hole across the right side. He's across the 50, stiff arms a man across the 45-yard line, and steps out of bounds at the 44 into Grayson County territory, and that's enough for a first down Cougars. You can give McCready 11 yards on that pickup. And Grayson County with their second first down of this drive. Again, here comes the hurry up. And it is going to be a bubble screen here to the near side to Toms. He is a block by Van Meter. He's across the 40-yard line, and a penalty flag flies on the far side of the field. as Hunter Toms is pushed out of bounds inside the 35-yard line, but that's thrown back in the vicinity of Kaylor Decker. So I'm not really sure what this penalty could be. Is you would think it would maybe be holding, but with it being a screenplay, I don't know where an offensive lineman would hold from. As the white hat now is talking with one of the other officials, and here he comes to deliver us the signal. As he's still waiting here. Too many men on the field called against McLean County, I believe is that signal there. And that is going to be a declined penalty, as it's going to end up being a pickup of 8 yards for Grayson County. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 for the Cougars. 7 minutes, 24 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. Again, McLean leads 6-0. This time Grayson going to go I formation. Van Meter alone down here to the near side. Owen Brancher to the right side. Jalen McCready, the deep back. It's going to be kept by Decker again. Big hole right side. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. He's brought down near the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Cougars. 36 yards, and Grayson County has tied the game up here at 6 with 7 minutes and 8 seconds to play. Decker had one man to beat, and that man caught him at about the 3-yard line. And a 36-yard touchdown return. Grayson County going with this weird offset 2-point conversion formation, but Jackson Kane is in this time. He's going to run back, and it maybe looks like that Grayson is going to kick this themselves. 7:08 to play here in the opening quarter. Kane to kick. He's 1 of 1 on the season. That's a line drive kick. That is good. Grayson takes a 7-6 lead against McLean County. Jackson Kane, 2 of 2 now on PATs so far this season. That's how you answer if you're Grayson County, and what a great run by Kaylor Decker. We do want to remind you, though, that next Friday night is going to be homecoming here at Cougar Stadium as Butler County makes the trip to Leitchfield for the first time in quite a few years. And with that, there is a huge Alumni Association homecoming tailgate that's going to be happening over behind the scoreboard, and it's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't heard anything about it, you got to make sure you go to Facebook and look up the Grayson County Football Alumni Association. They're going to be getting out of here, I think, at about 3:30 or something, and they're going to be partying all through the night. There's a bonfire after the game. So if you're an alumni, you don't even have to be an alumni of the football team. If you're an alumni of Grayson County High School, I know that they want you out there to cheer on the Cougars next Friday night as they host Butler County. And the kick here by Grayson County is going to be bobbled at the 12-yard line. Finally, it is picked up, and he's coming back here towards the near side across the 20-yard line and slammed down at the 22, and a very late penalty flag comes in. Called here, and I'm not sure what this penalty could be on. I believe that the Grayson County bench wants an illegal block in the back. But the way that the official threw that makes it almost look like it might be something that he saw in a tackle here from Grayson. So here comes the play call. He delivers this to us. Personal foul called against McLean County. I'm not sure what that penalty call was as he pointed towards his chest. It's called personal foul on McLean County, and I'm not really sure what that might be, but it pushes the Cougars back. So McLean County going to get their first drive of this game, 7 minutes to play, and it's going to officially be placed on their own 11-yard line. Again, the starting quarterback for McLean County is Brody Klein, and he is going to be handed up right up the middle on the run up to about the 12 or 13-yard line. It looks like in there on the run was, I think that was James Hurley for the Cougars of McLean, and he'll get that up to about the 14-yard line, about a 3-yard pickup. For McLean County, it's 3 running backs that you're going to need to know. James Hurley, 27 carries for 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lucas Mosey, 23 carries, 149 yards and a team-high 4 touchdowns. And Zach Clayton, 15 carries, 135 yards and a touchdown as well. 6 minutes, 26 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. It is Grayson County leading McLean County 7-6. This time they'll go shotgun formation for the sophomore quarterback. And he'll do a pitch out to the far side. In on the run is Will Taylor, and he's swallowed up immediately by Grayson County. The defense wasn't fooled at all on that one. And speaking of this Grayson County defense, there's some new looks in there as they got some new faces getting the start back there tonight. Your defensive line for Grayson County tonight, Will Scott, Ethan Hall, Waylon Bruce, and Ben Rogers. Will Scott, new starter on the defensive line here tonight. Your linebackers for tonight's game, Keaton Hodges, Tanner Finley, Cooper Goff, and Hunter Felty. In your secondary of Jaron Van Meter, Hunter Toms, and Chandler McCready. That's going to end up turning up to be a loss of 4 yards, so it's going to be 3rd down and 11 for McLean County. Actually, it's probably even closer to about 3rd and 12. Spinning around, and there's the trick that you see it there is it was a handoff behind the back. And Grayson County wasn't fooled. I was fooled, but the Cougar defense was not fooled at all. And that's going to turn out to be maybe a gain of half the yard. And it's going to be 4th down and long, deep in McLean County territory. And this has got to be punting situation if you're the Cougars. And immediately reinforcements run onto the field. And what a job there by the Grayson County defense, not allowing anything to happen. So it'll be Jaron Van Meter back deep to return this one. He's standing at the McLean 38-yard line. To punt, Pierce James Hurley will stand back. Hurley standing about 3 yards deep in his own end zone. He'll snap. It's a good snap. Gets it away, and it is a good punt that Van Meter is going to catch at the 41-yard line. Makes a man miss at the 40. He's across the 35, goes backwards, and he's slammed down from behind by that guy he made miss. That guy comes in, Edwin Millay, and said, I'm not going to miss you a second time, and slammed Van Meter into the ground. Nice return, though, by Van Meter as he only ends up getting about 3 or 4 yards because he went backwards. And that's kind of one of those things that you saw that he is not an experienced punt returner because in a lot of ways, and I'm sure when Brian Jones gets him in here, he's going to say, hey, get the yards, get the guaranteed yards first. Decker back out here, shotgun formation. He'll look to drop, he'll look to pass, and he's got a scramble, and he is sacked in the backfield. As that was one of those where Kaylor Decker held on to the ball just a little bit too long and gave McLean County enough time to get in there. I believe that's Wesley Wells in there on the sack. And it's going to be a loss for Grayson County back now to the 43-yard line, 5-yard loss, 2nd down and 15 coming up. Grayson County coached by Brian Jones. He is in his 2nd season as the head coach of the Cougars, 6-4 technically. Again, that 4th loss. We can discuss whether it should be a 4th loss or not. He's 18-54 in 8 overall seasons as a head coach. He was formerly the head coach at Todd County Central. Trips to the left side, Decker in the shotgun formation. This time it'll be a handoff. No, again, Decker keeps it himself. Right side, he's across the 35, slips a tackle. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cougars. 43-yard run by Kaylor Decker, and Grayson County leads this 13-6. Again, he faked the handoff to McCready, kept it himself across the right side, and a big-time touchdown run for Kaylor Decker, his 2nd of the game. Jackson Kane going to kick this one away. Place down, kick is up, it's long enough, and it is good. Jackson Kane gives Grayson County a 14-6 lead in this one. And how about Kaylor Decker? He came into this game. He ran the ball 6 times for 58 yards against Edmonson County last week. And he's run the ball quite a few times tonight and has had a lot of success doing it. McLean has not had an answer for him. Chandler McCready's barely touched the ball at all in this one. But when your quarterback's running the ball as well as he is, you don't need him to. the game really, Grayson County had started well. They were moving the ball extremely well. But then all of a sudden, the interception return happened. And that can be one of those things that can be extremely deflating towards a team. But luckily, Grayson County didn't let them affect them. You saw that last week as Grayson County in their first game, their first possession was not great. And from that point on, it was like they flipped the switch and they said, oh, wait, we're playing football now? And all of a sudden, they stepped on the throat of Edmonson County and came away with a huge win. Jackson Kane back to kick this one away for Grayson. Cougars lead 14-6. A booming kick that is bobbled again, and it's going to be picked up at the goal line by McLean County, but it's going to say that it bounced into the end zone. As in there on the return was Elijah Baldwin. And he is very lucky there as he was looking to return that one back. And instead, it's going to turn into Jackson Kane's second touchback of the season. So McLean will have the ball here. 3 minutes, 32 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Ball placed in their own 20-yard line. Their first drive, -1 yard. Try to see a score that I can bring you really quick. Greenwood all over, or not all over. They lead Allen County Scottsville 6-0. Minute 45 to play in the first quarter. Under center goes the quarterback, Klein. He will look to pass, rolls down here to the near side, slips past the tackle. He ain't going to get past the second one, and he's sandwiched by two Cougar defenders. In there on the tackle for Grayson County was Ethan Hall and I believe Sawyer Drake. But we do have a penalty flag on the play, and McLean County is immediately moving backwards. It appears that it is going to be on the Maroon Cougars. A legal block in the back called against McLean. That's going to push them backwards, and it's going to turn out to be here. Grayson County might decline this. They will not. So they'll make it first down and long instead of, I guess it was turned out to be no gain. So this will push it back now to about the 16-yard line. So it's first down and about 14 here for McLean. Brody Klein goes under center. One wide receiver, Dame, out to the left side. It's going to be another pass play here rolling out. Klein looks to pass. He's going to throw it up to Dame, and Dame is going to pull it down. No, he drops it at the last second, and a penalty flag is going to be whistled in the back. And the Grayson County defense does not like that at all, and I think it's going to be on Chandler McCready. The Cougar faithful don't agree with it. It doesn't appear that Brian Jones agrees with it either. It is going to be called pass interference on Grayson County. It's going to end up pushing this ball up now to the 31-yard line. So McLean still has not officially run a play on this drive. 14-6, though, Grayson County leads. 2 minutes and 56 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Try to see if there isn't another score update to bring you. Warren East leads Barron County 7-0, 7 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. It's over in Glasgow. Under center goes Klein. Looks like Hurley is the running back behind him in the backfield. And it is going to be a handoff to Hurley. He slips a tackle in the backfield, gets up to the 35-yard line, and he's slammed down at the 36. As Cooper Goff in there on the tackle for Grayson. That'll be about a 5-yard pickup there for McLean. It's their first positive play of the game. 2 minutes, 34 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 14-6, Grayson County leads McLean. As taking a seat now is James Hurley. He runs off the field, and you got two drastic differences in styles. McLean, very slow and methodical. Grayson County has been going up tempo a lot here early on. Klein under center. It's another handoff. Big hole right up the middle, and that is Lucas Mosey. He's up across the 45-yard line, and the Cougar student section, after a big run for McLean County, starts shooting off confetti. Not really sure that the Cougar student section is paying attention tonight, because that was the biggest play of the night for McLean, up to the 47-yard line, an 11-yard pickup and a first down for McLean. 1 minute, 40 seconds and counting to play here in the opening quarter. 14-6 Grayson on top of McLean. Klein again goes under center. Mosey is the running back behind him. Mosey is going to get it left side, and he gains maybe one. Hunter Felty in there on the tackle for Grayson. And again, you're seeing this when this wing T look is that, for one, McLean is running these running backs in and off the field, so you don't know whether you're going to have Mosey, you're going to have Hurley, you're going to have Taylor in there. Clayton in there. You have a lot of different looks, and it makes it very difficult to stop. So second down and 9 coming up. Again, Klein under center. He has 2 running backs in the backfield. One of them is Mosey. And Klein this time is going to pass. He rolls out to the far side. He's going to let one fly. It's a good throw, and it is incomplete. Grayson County's defense does a nice job. Jaron Van Meter got his hand in there to make sure that that pass was not going to be complete. That was a nice throw by Brody Klein, the sophomore quarterback. He let that one fly, and it gave his guy a chance. So it'll be third down and 9 coming up for McLean. 51 and a half seconds to play in the opening quarter. It is 14-6 Grayson on top of the Cougars of McLean County. See if they'll pass or run. Maybe they go 4-down territory here. It is going to be a handoff to Mosey. He's up across the 45-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Well, now the official up high, the line judge coming from the high side, brings it in, and it looks like he might be half a yard short. Not a really good spot for McLean. It's about an 8-yard pickup, and they are going to say he's short. 4th down and inches coming up for McLean. Can Grayson County's defense come up with a huge stop? This would be a massive way to start this game. 25 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. 4th down and goal. Grayson leads McLean 14-6. Klein, the quarterback, under center. He's got to make a snap. They're going to have to make a call here. And he goes, quarterback sneak up the middle. It does not appear that he got it. Hunter Felty comes down underneath of it, and Grayson County actually has the football underneath. That looks like it's a fumble recovered by Grayson. That's a turnover for Grayson, and that is going to be a donation by Sheriff Norman Chaffins to the Grayson County Football Alumni Association. $50 will come to him. He's now up to having to doll out $200 so far in this season. Grayson County going to have one play here in this quarter with 7 seconds. Will they maybe take a chance here with the ball placed on their own 45-yard line? Decker, he'll throw up the seam, and it is complete to Toms at the 30-yard line, and he's brought down at the 25 for the final play of the first quarter. Grayson leads McLean 14-6. The Cougars will be driving as we start the second quarter. This is Cougar Football on K105.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield or fdbm.net.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine 2. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
As they're officially going to place this up to the 22-yard line. So officially on that completion, looks like it is going to be about 35 yards there from Decker to Toms. And here comes the first play of this second half. Again, second quarter, Grayson leads 14-6. Shotgun formation here for Decker. He'll look to pass, throws over the middle. It is complete to Van Meter at the 20-yard line, and he's slung down immediately at about the 18. That's Van Meter. Jaron Van Meter on the official roster is only listed at 5'4", and that might be generous. He's very small, but the thing with small is he might be the most athletic person on the entire team. And when you combine small with athletic, he can be incredibly dangerous out of the backfield because, I mean, I semi-joke about this, but at the same time, it's just telling the truth. They can't see him. He can kind of hide. He gets about 4 yards on that pass completion up to the 18-yard line. I formation this time. And faking the handoff, this time Decker will pass again, and it is complete now to Hunter Felty at the 15-yard line inside the 5. Steamrolls a player, and he's brought down at about the 4-yard line. How about Hunter Felty on the pass completion? His first completion of the season, his first reception. It's about 14 yards and a first down. Grayson County. Cougars trying to add to their lead. So here comes Grayson County. 10 minutes, 46 seconds to play here in the first half. Looks like we got almost no, it isn't a Maryland eye. It's 3 running backs in the backfield. Decker under center for Grayson, trying to add to their lead. Handoff, McCready, right side. He is diving towards the pylon. He is in. Touchdown, Cougars. Chandler McCready gets his 4th rushing touchdown of the season, and Grayson leads 20-6. That's what Grayson needed. Another long, taking the end of that first quarter and adding to their lead here. Jackson Kane, 2 of 2 on PATs so far tonight. He goes for make it 3 of 3, and that's exactly what he does. 21-6, all Grayson early on. This is Cougar football on K105.
We the people are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
Kentucky's new 5-star school rating system provides parents with an easy way to find out how their children's schools are performing. Star ratings are based on test scores for reading, math, social studies, science, and writing. They are also based on students' academic growth over 1 year. For high schools, ratings are also based on how well students are prepared for college and careers after graduation and the number of students who graduate on time. Visit kyschoolreportcard.com for the latest information on schools in your community.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. It is the Cougars leading the Cougars 21-6. That's the Cougars of Grayson leading the Cougars of McLean County. Sam Gormley here with you. We had a timeout called on the kickoff. I'm not entirely sure as to which side called it. I'm guessing it was called by McLean because head coach Brian Jones is not talking with his team whatsoever. He's staring at the officials. He's almost not happy with them for some reason. I'm not sure if he's just talking with them or whatsoever. 10.5 minutes to play here in this first half of play. Grayson fell behind 6-0 early on the interception return for a touchdown, but since that point, it has been all GCHS. Quick score updates to bring you. Our friends, this is a rivalry from next week's opponent, and then an opponent in a couple of weeks. Butler County leads Breckenridge County 14-7. 10 minutes, 26 seconds to play in the second quarter. Greenwood leads Allen County Scottsville 12-0. Glasgow on top of Monroe County 14-0. Know there's a big game going on in the Owensboro area tonight at Davis County High School. Davis County and Owensboro are playing, and I'll see if I can't bring you an update from that one. 35-21 Owensboro in the third quarter. So we'll try to keep you posted on that one, as that's 2 of the better quarterbacks in this area. Gavin Wimsett for the Red Devils and Joe Humphrey for Davis County. It'll be Jackson Kane to kick this away for Grayson. A pair of Cougars back deep to return this. And it is a squib kick kind of up the middle that is picked up at about the 11-yard line. Across the 20, across the 25, and he's brought down at about the 30-yard line on the return, as that return was by Zach Clayton. So McLean looking to get some offensive movement. The last drive, they got a little bit, but weren't able to go much further than that, as Grayson stopped them on 4th down and 1 after a fumble was on the play. Again, for every turnover or takeaway by the Grayson County defense this season, Sheriff Norman Chafin's going to donate $50 to the Grayson County Football Boosters Program. It's officially up to the 31-yard line, so give him about 20 yards on the return. So Sheriff Chafin's has already doled out $200 so far this year, and I say keep on bringing that number up, Cougar defense. Under center goes Brody Klein. Man in motion, goes from the right to the left side. It's a handoff up the middle and up to about the 35 or 36-yard line on the run for McLean County was Hurley. Hurley gets about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Second down and 6 here for Grayson. For McLean County, 9 minutes, 50 seconds to play here in the first half. It's very quiet here at Cougar Stadium. It's the first time we've had a lot of fans in here, but it is still very quiet. Hand off to Hurley, right side. He's across the 35, across the 40, keeping going across the first down marker. That's going to be the second first down of the game for McLean County. It's up to about the 44 or 45-yard line. 44 will be the official spot. That's a pickup of 9 yards in that first down for McLean. And again, for McLean, they're just slowly, methodically moving down the field. Grayson County has had some big plays in this, and really the only big play that McLean has had is the pass interference call against Grayson. Again, we can say whether we agreed with it or not. I wasn't down there. I wasn't able to see if there was a tug on the jersey or not. Under center, Klein again, the sophomore. In this wing T, man in motion goes from the left to the right. And Klein is being chased by a Cougar. He just throws it away out of bounds. Chandler McCready almost would have had a chance at the interception, as in pursuit there in the backfield for Grayson County was, I thought that was number 52, but I don't have a 52 on my roster. Nine minutes to play here in the first half. It is 21-6. Grayson County leads McLean County. 2nd down and 10 will come up for McLean. Ball placed on their own 44-yard line. Spinning around is Klein. He does a fake handoff, and he ends up giving it on a misdirection to Zach Clayton, and Clayton goes off the right side. So what happened on this play, as we have a whistle blown and a timeout taken by Grayson County. It's going to be about a 9-yard pickup. As I thought I saw that there was a timeout, there was a timeout taken by Grayson. And I think Brian Jones is going to talk with his defense here. He probably wasn't happy with that play. So what had happened there, as they give this up now into Grayson County territory up to the 47-yard line, was that the quarterback, Klein, got it, turned his back, and when he spun around, handed the ball kind of behind his back to the running back, Zach Clayton, who was able to go across the right side. It was one of those that makes this wing T so difficult. You heard Coach Jones talk in the open, is that the way McLean does it is that they're very good at misdirection. And when you run the wing T, if you can do that, you can be incredibly successful in running that style of offense. Eight minutes, 50 seconds to see if we can't bring another score update or two for you. Bowling Green on top of PRP tonight. 7-0. Warren East again leading Barron County 14-7 early on in the second quarter of that one. Try to see what other updates we might have for you as we look around. And that appears that that's most of the final scores that we have to bring you right now. As again, Davis County and Owensboro, it was 35-21 Red Devils on top of the Panthers. Third down and 1 for McLean out of the timeout. Klein goes under center, handoff to Mosey. He's got the first down and more as he's slung down from behind at the 40-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. McLean, 7-yard pickup on the run by Lucas Mosey, the junior running back, 5'10", 220 pounds. And really, I guess if you really look at it, McLean doesn't necessarily have a running back. They got a pair of fullbacks, and both of the fullbacks are bruisers. They're going to run you over. First down and 10, ball placed on the Grayson County 40-yard line. McLean has not run many plays in Grayson County territory as Grayson leads 21-6 with 8 minutes to play in the first half. Throwing down the field, Brody Dane lays out and makes the catch. The Grayson County defender was not watching, and it's complete at the 21-yard line. That's a 19-yard pickup and another first down for McLean. That's just not great defense by the Cougars. That's one of those that you'll go back, watch film, and get that fixed for next time. Under 8 minutes to play here in the first half. McLean trying to keep themselves in this game because they have had no answer for the Grayson County offense other than the pick 6 on the first drive of the game. Again, Klein goes under center. Clayton goes in motion, handoff Mosey, right side. And this time the right side of the Cougar defensive line swallows him up after a pickup of just a couple of yards. We have a whistle blown on the far side. Almost like it was going to be a timeout called, but doesn't look like it. So it's going to be up to the 18-yard line, just about a 3-yard pickup for McLean. Again, McLean very slow on offense. And again, I have nothing wrong with that. It's just, I think if we're comparing baseball, Grayson County's been like Wade Miley for the Reds. McLean County's been like Yu Darvish tonight. And each pitcher is successful in their own ways, and each offense can be successful in their own ways. Klein will pass. No, it's a handoff on the misdirection to Hurley. He breaks back towards the middle. He's across the 15 and a shoestring tackle to maybe save a touchdown, but a penalty flag is on the field. I believe this one is going to come back because I think that cut had a little bit too much space. When there's a little bit too much space, that usually means holding. But again, I've been wrong before. As John Calipari, I think UK's coach, said, I was wrong before. I think it was back in 1984. We'll see here. The official's picking up the flag. Is there no penalty? No penalty flag. So I guess it's not a penalty flag. And instead he gives it up to the 10-yard line, an 8-yard pickup. The 8th play of the drive coming up here for McLean. Started all the way back at their own 31-yard line, and it's taken over 6 minutes already. Klein under center. The man in motion, Clayton. It's a handoff Hurley. Right side, slips a tackle at the 5-yard line, and he's driven backwards and brought down right there at about the 5 or 6. So it'll be second down and goal for McLean. And that's maybe a friendly spot for Grayson. Maybe only about 3 yards is what they're going to give him. Looks like Grayson Chaffins is set to check in maybe at the next stoppage here for Grayson. Again, Klein under center. Hurley and Taylor are the running backs behind him. It's kind of a wishbone look here for McLean. And there's going to be a false start. Every penalty flag from every official in the building, including the fans, are throwing penalty flags on the false start there by the left tackle for McLean, and that'll push them back 5 yards. That's what you call an obvious one. If I can see it, then you know that it's obvious. See if there isn't another score to bring you. Davis County's added another touchdown. It's 35-28 Owensboro. 2 minutes, 32 seconds to play in the third quarter. Our score, though, Grayson 21, McLean 6. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to play here in the first half. Man in motion from the right side to the left side, and it is a handoff to him. He's across the near side is Taylor. He hurdles a Cougar defender inside. That's Jaron Van Meter, and he gets up to about the 7-yard line, which is where the line of scrimmage was before the penalty. So it'll be 3rd down and goal for McLean. 5 minutes to play here in the first half. This drive has lasted 6.5 minutes. It started all the way back on the McLean County 31-yard line. This will be the 10th play of the drive. Obvious 4-down territory here for the Cougars of McLean as well. Looks like it's actually down more towards the 6, so give him 6 yards on that run. Klein under center. He'll roll out to pass this time. He throws one towards the end zone, and it is caught. Far side, touchdown, McLean County. Will Taylor, I believe, is the man in there on the pass complete. No, that's Brady Dame. So Dame makes it a 6-yard touchdown pass from Klein to Dame. And for Dame, that is his first touchdown of the season and the first passing touchdown of the year for McLean. 4 minutes, 29 seconds on the clock. And they will go for 2 again. As we mentioned, the Cougars had not attempted a PAT in 2 years. Under center, it's a handoff. Hurley, he's across the right side, dives towards the end zone, and he is in. 2-point good. McLean makes it a 1-possession game with 4 minutes and 29 seconds to play here in the first half. This time we'd like to remind you to stay tuned in at halftime tonight as we'll have our Cougars in the Classroom segment. It's a segment that we like to introduce you to the people and programs that are making a difference in the lives of Grayson County students. And today, our host Chase Blaine takes you to the bottom. And I don't mean that as far as like the bottom of the pedestal by any means. I mean this is where Grayson County Cougars start. So be sure you stay tuned in at halftime when I introduce you to that, as it should be very interesting to learn more about that. And if you can kind of read between the lines, you can probably take a good chance and a good guess on who we might be talking to. So again, 21-14. Grayson leads McLean County. 4 minutes, 29 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Brody Klein had the pass completion to Brady Dane. And the kick is going to be caught at about the 17-yard line by Chandler McCready. He's across the 30. He keeps his feet moving across the 35. He breaks across the far side, 45. Back towards the middle, 50. Across the 45, falling down at the 42-yard line. What a return by Chandler McCready. He caught that one and somehow just kept going as he looked like he was a car in traffic and rush hour and kept the legs moving. Officially, the ball up to the 43-yard line. And when you give up a touchdown on the defensive side, immediately you try to claim the momentum back, and that's exactly what McCready did. Ball placed on the 43-yard line. Can Grayson answer quick? They've done that a lot here so far tonight. And a whistle blown and a timeout is going to be taken by the McLean County Cougars. Again, it is 21-14. Grayson County leads this with 4 minutes and 18 seconds to play in the first half. If you're taking you back here, if you're just joining us and you've missed some of the game tonight, the interception returned for a touchdown by Brady Dane to start this game off. It was 77 yards to give McLean a 6-0 lead. The Cougars of Grayson ripped off 21 unanswered, a 36-yard touchdown run by Kaylor Decker, a 43-yard touchdown run by Kaylor Decker, and a 4-yard touchdown run by Chandler McCready to give them a 21-6 lead. And then just a moment ago, Klein to Dame, 6 yards to make it 21-14. See if there's a score. Union County and Owensboro Catholic all knotted up at 0. That score is at the half. Warren East on top of Barron County, 21-7. 7 minutes and 43 seconds to play in the second quarter. So out of the timeout here, Grayson County going to set up the offense. 4 minutes, 18 seconds to play here in the first half. Shotgun formation for Decker. He'll look to pass on the bubble screen to Jaron Van Meter. He catches it at the 39-yard line, and he's brought down at the 36 from behind as two Cougar defenders were in there on the tackle. The first one, though, was Aiden Rice, the freshman. And Van Meter will get that one up to the 37-yard line. That's a pickup of 6 yards. 2nd down and 4 coming up for Grayson. 3 minutes, 50 seconds and counting to play here in the first half. Again, Grayson leads McLean 21-14. Shotgun formation for Decker. McCready is to his right. And McCready is going to get this on the handoff to the left side. He's across the 35, and he's hit high at about the 32-yard line. That is going to be enough for a Grayson County first down. They're going to move that clock. 4 yards of the pickup and a first down, Grayson. And if you're Brian Jones here, I'll be curious to see if he does start to run the ball a little bit more here to make sure that McLean does not get another drive in this. But at the same time, you see that McLean's not the most comfortable passing the ball. Shotgun formation. Decker, RPO, right side, he keeps it himself, 30. And he's hit high again, brought down at about the 26-yard line. In there on the tackle was Zach Clayton for McLean County. And they're going to officially put that down to the 26. That's a 7-yard pickup. 2nd down and 3 coming up for Grayson County. Ball placed on the McLean 26-yard line. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. It is 21-14. This time Decker shifts to go under center. McCready and Felty are the running backs behind him, one wide receiver on each side. It'll be a handoff to McCready. Stutter step in the backfield. He's across the 25, knocked down from behind and sandwiched at about the 20-yard line. That should be enough for a first down, Cougars. Hunter Toms there to pick up. Chandler helps him up. That's about a 6-yard pickup. And again, Grayson with a first down. 2 minutes, 18 seconds and counting to play here in the first half. And again, Grayson now in no rush at all. Not a single rush. They're just going to let this clock run and play it to their advantage. Trips to the left side. Shotgun formation, Decker. McCready to his right. Toms is the receiver all by himself down here to the right side. Decker, quarterback draw, left side, 15, 10, spinning down inside towards the 5-yard line. What a run by Kaylor Decker. McLean has had no answer for him on the ground here tonight, as that's officially up to the 7-yard line, 13 yards and a first down, Cougars. First down and goal from about the 7-yard line here for Grayson. Can they punch in another touchdown after McLean added one of themselves? This time under center. Goes Decker again. It's the I formation. Handoff McCready up the middle, and he runs into a mass of players. He's actually still on his feet. And finally, they're just going to blow the whistle for no gain. Brian Jones put both hands out, and I think that was one of those things that he might have said, if anything, just go down, Chandler. And that's one of those things. Chandler has really never played football in his life, and he is playing really for the first time. And that's one of those that you're seeing the youth and the inexperience show on a play like that. 2nd down and goal here for Grayson. Ball placed again at about the 7-yard line. Shotgun this time. Spreading it out wide, 4 wide. And it is an RPO. Decker kept it himself. He was hit in the backfield, got away from the first hit, isn't able to get away from the second hit, and is brought down at the 10-yard line. There's under 30 seconds now to play here in this first half, and Brian Jones is going to be forced to call a timeout. It's a loss of 3 yards as the RPO did not work at all for Grayson. As for Brian Jones, that was his second called timeout of this game. Of course, Grayson County and McLean County, this is the 14th all-time matchup in the battle between the Cougars. Grayson County leads it 10-3. In fact, McLean County has not won a game against Grayson County since 1980. The Cougars have won 9 straight in the series, and they are 7-0 and games held here at Cougar Stadium. Let's see what Brian Jones dials up here. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 10. You now know that for the most part, McLean will not touch the ball again. And if they do, they'll probably just run the clock out, run a knee down, or something along the lines of that. Score update to bring you: Russellville on top of Todd County Central 3-0 late in the first half of that game. So here we come. 3rd down and goal from the 10-yard line, 26.3 seconds to play here in the first half. Bunch formation, trips here to the right side, one wide receiver to the left side. They blow the whistle. Shotgun formation for Decker. He'll look to pass, rolls out here towards the near side, scans the defense, throws, and it is incomplete, broken up by McLean. Nice defense by the cornerback for the Cougars inside. As getting his hand in there was Elijah Baldwin. And it'll be 4th down and goal from the 10. Grayson County has one option: touchdown. That's the only thing that they can do here. I guess you could have a penalty. I guess that's the only other option that you can have on McLean, but you don't want to trust that. In fact, they're going to run Jackson Kane out. Jackson Kane is going to attempt his first career field goal. So he's placed here at about the 17-yard line. So this is about 27 yards. Placed down. The kick is up. It's long enough, and it is good. Jackson Kane gives Grayson County a 24-14 lead with 17.9 seconds to play here in the first half. I'll tell you, I didn't see that coming. And, I mean, Kane, that one was good from 40. He made that one look easy in this. .9 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter. Again, Jackson Kane with the 27-yard field goal. That is the Cougars' first field goal since Logan Raymer back in 2019. So McLean, depending on what this return is, I'd presume you just throw a knee down and get to half, especially since you know you're starting with the ball here in the second half. But then again, they have Brady Dane, who, you know, is listed at wide receiver at 6'3", 195 pounds. Do they throw it up to him and see if he can make a play? I don't know. I think you just take a knee here and get to the half. Kane to kick this away. He's going to kick it from the near hash. Again, from left to right on your radio dial. And it is a little pooch kick that's going to take a bounce off the hands of a player at the 30-yard line, and he falls down on top of it at the 25 or 26. And if McLean was thinking about doing something, I think that probably answered it. So officially it'll be placed at the 26. I mean, I just don't know that you can do much here. 15.1 on the clock. I don't know that you draw something up here. McLean has 2 timeouts remaining. And let's see what they do here. So the ball's placed at the 26 of McLean, so they need to go, 74 yards in 15 seconds. Let's see if they'll take one chance. Dame is all alone down here to the near side. Surprised they're not going to shade him over to this side. They might take one run here and see what happens. It's a misdirection. It's a handoff to Hurley across the right side, and he's going to run away from a Cougar defender, Cooper Goff, and he's just going to run out of bounds with 7 seconds to play here in the first half, and it's going to turn out to be a loss on the play. Back to the 23-yard line, so about a 3 or 4 yard loss. 7 seconds now, and I think this is one of these where you take a knee. I don't know that you want to hurt get any injuries in a play that you're more than likely not going to score a touchdown, but then again, they might think that they can break a run. Let's see what they'll draw up. Dame again, the wide receiver down here to the near side. Klein goes under center. Man in motion Klein will roll out to that far side. Dame is running a post route. Will they try and get it to him? They're going to throw it up to him, and it is incomplete and nearly intercepted by Grayson County. And a penalty flag goes flying back by the quarterback, and this could be an untimed down here for McLean. As the officials are potentially going to discuss a penalty here, and if it's on Grayson, it would turn into an untimed down. After the play was over, personal foul against Grayson. So there is going to be an untimed down here coming. No, it's offsetting penalties. So it's a personal foul on both sides, and that will bring us to the end of the fourth quarter. 24-14, Grayson County leads us at the half, as this is Grayson County Cougar football on K105.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine too. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield or fdbm.net.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where it is the Cougars of Grayson on top of the Cougars of McLean, 24-14 here at the half. It's coming up on our halftime show. We're going to recap the first half of play. We are going to have your Cougars in the Classroom segment, and we'll let you know what to look for as we approach the second half, as this is Cougar football right here on K105.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield or fdbm.net.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine too. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
We, the people, are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Cougar Stadium, where Grayson County leads us 24-14 at the half, as this is our halftime show. Sam Gormley with you tonight. Appreciate you taking the time to join us on what has turned out to be a gorgeous evening here at Cougar Stadium. I mean, I look down at my watch here, and it says that the temperature is 72 degrees. Can you draw it up much better than that? I mean, it was a little bit warm as we were setting up, but nothing compared to what we've had to deal with. I think 80 degrees, and I mean, that's more just me being picky, that I'd much prefer 72 year-round. Cougar Band setting up. I know that the theme of their show is something to do with snakes. Not really a snake guy, but excited to see the Cougar Band perform. Of course, they're really good. Really exciting to always see them as well. Coming up on our halftime show, we'll, of course, run down the scoring from this game. Kaylor Decker had a big first half. We'll make sure to recap that for you. Chandler McCready also added a touchdown. Jackson Kane with a field goal as well. But first, we have our Cougars in the Classroom segment. Of course, if you've never tuned in to a Grayson County football game and you're wondering, Cougars in the Classroom, what is that? That is a segment that we like to do to feature the people and programs that are making a difference in the lives of Grayson County High School students. Now, this really depends. I mean, we've touched on things. You know, we talked about health class last season. We've talked about band in the past. We've talked about a news program at Caneyville Elementary, but we'd like to introduce you to all of the things that you might not know are happening inside Grayson County schools. Now, this might not necessarily be a program that you don't know anything about, but if you have young children under the age of 5, this would be something for you to listen to, as we are going to learn more about preschool in Grayson County schools with Cougars in the Classroom, and that comes up next right here on K105.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield or fdbm.net.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
We the people are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine 2. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
While the Cougar athletic teams get most of the spotlight from the community, it is in the classroom where they first learn to succeed. This season, we'll be featuring some of the people and programs that are making a difference in the lives of Grayson County students. Tonight's Cougars in the Classroom, presented by McDonald's of Leitchfield, takes us to the Grayson County Preschool Center, where students begin their career as a Cougar.
What makes preschool so neat is that kids have the opportunity to explore their classrooms.
Monica Heverin is the Director of Special Education and Preschool Programming for Grayson County Schools. Coming off the heels of an unconventional school year, the district is ready to get back to better than normal.
I'm excited because our kids need us. Our kids are ready to be around their peers, and it's been such a great start. If we can kind of get past the mask stuff, but it's what we see the most are that kids are excited to be back and teachers are excited to have them.
A common misconception about preschool is that you have to be 3 or 4 years old whenever the school year starts. But Heverin says this is not always the case.
If your child turns 3, let's say in November, then they can still contact us and we can get them a spot. They just have to be 3 years old before they can come.
Preschool helps with a number of different topics that is not tackled in a traditional school setting.
So if you're a 3-year-old, there has to be some kind of delay, a potential delay. So it could be that you're late speaking. It could be that you need some language help. It could be that you don't say your sounds correctly. And there are age-appropriate sounds that we can work with.
Along with helping develop speaking and motor skills, preschool also helps teach students how to work with others.
We're not supposed to have worksheets in preschool. It's more about how do you function in a group.
Heverin knows that it can be an adjustment, but she likes to use a milestone to help them get through it.
Just hang in there. I know it's hard, and I know this isn't mama. Just hang in there. It will get better. And you're going to graduate from high school one of these days. And I would let them know what year it was, and we would kind of have a little countdown about it.
The adjustment does not stop at just the students.
Send them to us. I mean, we've got a great program here. We've got spots that are available. We have school Monday through Thursday. Students are home on Fridays, and that's for us to be able to do some parent participation type stuff. But send them, because we have so many neat things, and it gives them an opportunity to play with their peers as much as anything.
Heverin says preschool is great practice for the real thing.
On most days, I think we could pick just random children, and I could bring them over here to say, do you like school? And they're going to say yeah. They're going to say yeah. And it's because this gives them the opportunity. It's what kindergarten used to be. It gives them the opportunity to play with their peers and kind of figure out what's going on.
I am Chase Blaine reporting for Cougars in the Classroom, brought to you by McDonald's of Leitchfield. The halftime show will continue in just a moment.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. This is what they do.
Get down! Get down!
They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives.
Without your Coast Guard, my family wouldn't be here today.
It's dangerous work. Sometimes in our own backyards, sometimes far from home. We're the Coast Guard Foundation, and in times of triumph or tragedy, we're here for them. The Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. We provide education, support, and relief for our defenders.
You want somebody to have your back, and the Coast Guard Foundation has always had our back.
Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
We're coming back after.
When I was a kid, my dad would hold a nickel in one hand and a dime in the other and ask, which one is bigger? Of course, the nickel was bigger, but the dime was worth more. Think about that. With all the bank mergers going on, does bigger make them better? I don't think so. Wilson & Muir Bank is a locally owned community bank based right here in Kentucky.
Where the Cougars of Grayson lead the Cougars of McLean 24-14, as we are just about 6 minutes away from getting underway in the second half of action. As for Grayson County, it was a great and a terrible start at the same time. As the first drive, they looked very, very good. They got the ball, ran a trick play on their first play, 18 yards to pick that up, picked up 3 first downs in their first 5 plays, but it was on the 6th play that Brady Dame read a Kaylor Decker pass to perfection, intercepted it, returned 77 yards for a touchdown, and McLean struck first to take a 6-0 advantage. Grayson County didn't let that affect them, turned in a nice drive that finished with a 36-yard Kaylor Decker touchdown run. Jackson Kane added the PAT, and the Cougars of Grayson took a 7-6 lead. From there, it was another touchdown run by Kaylor Decker, this time from 43 yards to give Grayson the 14-6 lead. Chandler McCready on the next drive answered with a 4-yard touchdown run of his own to give Grayson what at one time was the largest lead of the game at 21-6. McLean needed an answer, and they found it. They took a 10-play drive and took it 69 yards that turned into a Klein to Dame, a 6-yard touchdown pass, 4 minutes and 29 seconds to play in the second quarter. They converted on the 2-point conversion. That brought it to be a 7-point game, 21-14. And then Jackson Kane added a 27-yard field goal to make it 24-14 as we ended the first half of play. Grayson County and McLean County, the second half is next here on K105.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield or fdbm.net.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Wash your hands, stay home, cover your cough. It's our new reality with COVID-19, and that means calling ahead instead of going directly to a doctor or hospital if you're sick. It means being more patient. We're all in this together, and we all have a role in preventing the spread. So, prepare, focus on the essentials, protect, keep some space from people outside your home, and disinfect a lot. Get the facts at kycovid19.ky.gov. Prepare, protect, disinfect.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where it is a Grayson County 24-14 lead, as we are just about 2.5 minutes away from getting underway in the second half. As just a second ago they started throwing away some mini footballs, and all of a sudden I just looked up and there were mini footballs flying everywhere, and I hadn't seen the crowd so loud the entire night. Crowd was getting into it. They were loving it. And I was trying to get one up here in the press box. We got a little window for him to throw them in, but they didn't make it up to me. But the crowd is now into it here, hoping to cheer on a Grayson County victory. For Grayson, it was 2 rushing touchdowns by Kaylor Decker and a rushing touchdown by Chandler McCready in the first half that helped them get to the point that we're at now. For McLean County, we talked about it in the open, as for Grayson, one of their keys was take Dame out of the game, and they have not done that, and that's really been a difference. If Dame was not an impact in this game, Grayson County would be dominating right now, but instead, McLean has been able to stay in this football game. So it will be McLean ball to start the second half. Now they're coming a little closer to throw, and I wasn't sure if that was going to be one that they were going to whip in here. They were going to say, okay, you were talking smack that I couldn't get it through the window. Take this from about 5 feet away. But luckily she was throwing it to somebody who's sitting in the front row in front of us. As the coaches are making their way on top of the press box here at Grayson County High School, of course, this is one of the last times that this is hopefully the last season of this press box here at Grayson County High School. So they're hoping to redo the entire facility here as far as bleachers and press box. And I'll tell you this, from a broadcaster's perspective, which I know you listening at home, you don't care, Grayson County's press box is in desperate need of an overhaul. And it'll be very good that they're getting a new one. We've traveled to, and now this is the beginning of my 4th year. We've been in probably 20 different press boxes from around the area. Maybe that's a little high. And Grayson's is towards the bottom of the list. And hopefully, after this new upgrade, it'll be towards the top, which will be good, so that when people come in, they can enjoy coming to a trip to Grayson County High School. Jackson Kane in to kick this one away. McLean County back deep to return. In his last kickoff, Kane pinned him deep for a touchback. Now, would Brian Jones here go with an onside kick to start the second half? He started with a trick play to start the first half. Would he maybe pull pull a rabbit out now with Jackson Kane. I don't know what Kane's onside kick, if he's able to. I mean, I know that's something that they don't always practice. And with him being the goalkeeper for the soccer team, he doesn't go to football practice much at all, so it's hard to know if he even practices at all. And it's a squib kick that's on the ground, and it's picked up and fallen on top of at the 29-yard line by Will Taylor in there on the return for the Cougars of McLean, and that's where they're going to start their first drive of the second half at the 29-yard line. $11 minutes, 58 seconds here to play in the third quarter. Again, it is Grayson on top of McLean, 24-14. This has been a great game, though. I mean, Grayson fell behind early. They scored 21 unanswered. McLean answered with a touchdown to bring it to within 7, and then Jackson Kane, late in the first half of play, knocked in a field goal. So here we come, the first play of the second half for McLean. Under center goes Brody Klein. Man in motion, goes from the right side to the left side, and it is Klein keeping it himself, and Grayson County not fooled at all. Cooper Goff in there on the tackle, and Klein might have ended up actually gaining 1 yard on the play. So they are going to give him 1 up to the 30-yard line, but the Grayson County defense was not fooled for an instant. 11 minutes, 30 seconds and counting to play here in the third quarter. It's 24-14 Grayson on top of McLean here from Cougar Stadium in Leitchfield, Kentucky on a gorgeous night for football. Klein will look to pass now. Rolls out towards the far side. Looks to pass. Throwing off into the flat. It's incomplete. Nearly intercepted by Grayson County. Hunter Toms tried to make a play on it. Read it beautifully. Almost an identical play to Brady Dame's interception for Grayson County on the first drive of the game. And Toms tried to read the pass, and he might have just been a hair too late to get the interception, but it does fall incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down and 9. So 3rd down and 9, ball placed on the McLean 30-yard line. Again, it is Grayson up by 10 here, 24-14. Klein goes under center. Man in motion from the high side to the near side. Klein will pass again, rolls out again to that far side, being chased by Sawyer Drake. He's going to run. He dives towards, and he's got the first down and a few more at the 40-yard line, keeping his feet moving as he broke here towards the near side. Brody Klein saw a huge patch of grass, lowered his shoulder, took off, and picks up 11 yards and a first down for McLean. And that's a really nice play there by Brody Klein. He saw he didn't have his first or second option as he had a man coming across the short side and then across the high side. Did a very good job there. So 1st down and 10. Ball placed on the 41 of McLean. 10.5 to play here in the third quarter. Again, this bunch wing T look. And this time it is going to be kept again by Klein, and he goes right up the middle. And he gets it up to the 44-yard line, about a 3-yard pickup. Sawyer Drake in there on the tackle for Grayson County, as was Jaron Van Meter. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 now for McLean. As I believe that was more of a triple option look where they were hoping that could be pitched out to Hurley, who was the running back behind. But Grayson County did a great job reading that to get into what had been the lane for him to pitch it to. So under center again goes Klein. Under 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. Klein again will look to pass. He'll let one fly down the far side of the field, and it is incomplete. And Dame, if he would have caught that, he'd have gotten away with a massive offensive pass interference as he extended his arms to push off against the Grayson County defender. But it's incomplete, so it doesn't mean anything at all. And it'll turn out to be 3rd down and 7. As Klein is a big guy. Dame. Dame is the wide receiver. 6'3", 195 pounds. So 3rd down and long coming up for the McLean County Cougars. It's a handoff right side. On the run is Mosey. And he gives it up to the 47-yard line. That's a 3-yard pickup. It'll be 4th down and about 3 or 4 here for McLean. Decision time for Zach Wagner. It'll be 3. And I don't think he's going to think twice when he's down 10 here. Ball placed near midfield. It's on the McLean County 48-yard line. So 4 yards on the pickup. And it does appear that they will go for it. Big play here. Grayson County in almost an identical spot on the field stopped them on 4th down in the first half. Can they get another stop here this time? Klein under center. Grayson County showing blitz up the middle. And they will go for this. It's a handoff right side, Mosley. He is got the first down as he high steps a man. And that appears to be enough for a McLean County first down. Mosey picks it up. And it does move into Grayson County territory to the 47-yard line, 5-yard pickup. In the white hat there, the head official, I'm not sure if he saw some players jawing or if that's what he thought he saw, but he sprinted to get in between Mosey and a Grayson County player. A weird situation there is that's not something you usually see from the white hat unless he heard something between the two players. And, I mean, obviously it was on the far side of the field. We're not able to hear it. Misdirection, ball's on the turf. McLean County does come down with it, but Grayson swallows him up immediately. That's a huge loss on the play as the snap was bobbled by Hurley on the handoff. And in there immediately to knock him down was Grayson County. So it'll be 2nd down and 15, a loss of about 5 yards. I believe Ben Rogers is the player in there. He must be 52 tonight. And if I remember right, no, Zach Bratcher was 52 and changed to 32 last season because I didn't know that there was a number change, but I guess Ben Rogers is the man in there who has changed his jersey for tonight's game. Klein keeps himself right side. He's across the 50 towards the original line of scrimmage, so he'll get those yards right back. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. Ball placed near midfield. 7 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the first quarter. In the third quarter. 24-14. The McLean center runs out to the ball, gets there before his team joins him. Dame out to the right side. He also has a tight end in the slot on that far side of the field. Klein under center. He's going to roll towards that far side of the field. Now steps up in the pocket. He's going to look to scramble. He's across the 50, across the 45, slips a tackle, and he's going to be brought down short of the first down marker at about the 40 or 41-yard line. Jaron Van Meter, and a very late penalty flag comes in. That was thrown by our head official. Again, I'm not sure if this game might be getting a little bit chippy, and he saw or heard something. He's looking towards McLean County. Now, that could either mean a look of, don't let me catch you do that again, or, hey, you guys are about to get a penalty, and it's going to help you out to move down to the first down marker. So it's up to the 41-yard line. That's a 6-yard pickup, but again, a penalty is going to be called as the officials are talking this one over. Here comes the call. Dead ball, personal foul, called against Grayson County. And Brian Jones puts both hands out and says, what was that about? And you can never tell in these situations. What is this about? Is he directing that towards the official, or is he directing that towards his team? And it appears at this moment he's directing it towards the official because he's talking with that official right now. Well, I think he might have asked the official who was that penalty called on, and now he just yelled at the player, whomever that was called on. So that moves the ball up now to the 26-yard line of McLean County. 6 minutes, 36 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Trips to the right side for McLean. It's a handoff right side to Hurley, and he has really no gain on the play. They might give him one up to the 25. So they are going to give him 1 yard. 2nd down and 9 will come up. 6 minutes, 10 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Again, Grayson leads 24-14. A little bit of an upset going on in Lexington tonight. Lexington Catholic defeats Covington Catholic 34-27. That's a final score, statewide score to bring you. And as a Northern Kentucky person, it's always good when Cov Cath goes down. 2nd down and 9, 24-14, 5 minutes, 40 seconds to play here as there's a handoff on the jet sweep and falling down. He tried to turn the corner, did Will Taylor, and he falls down, and I hope he's not hurt, as that's not a good sign as he fell down and immediately went to start to grab and looks like he might be cramping. I hope that's what it is, and I hope it's not something serious because Will Taylor has been running that misdirection a lot. And trainer Scott, who's making his return, gets called on for the first time this season. As I hope that this is nothing serious for either team. And it does. In fact, now trainer Scott's reaching up there, and it looks like it is a trainer situation, a cramp situation. So we'll look at some scores here to bring you. Owensboro leads Davis County 49-35, 3 minutes, 12 seconds to play in that game. Other scores to bring you. Union County leads Owensboro Catholic 6-0, 1 minute and 17 seconds to play in the third quarter. And it appears that those are most of the scores that we have to bring you right now. I have not seen a score from that Breck County, Butler County game that was going on. Hadn't seen one come through in in probably about 30 or so minutes, as I think Butler County was on top of Breck County last time we had seen, and luckily, walking off the field on his own power is Will Taylor. Big game going on in the Louisville area. The number 1 team in the AP poll against the number 2 team in the AP poll of 6A. Louisville Male and Louisville St. Xavier in action. And it appears that Louisville Male is leading late in the third quarter, 28-14 against St. X. 5 minutes, 35 seconds is on the clock here in this third quarter. This is going to be the 11th play of the drive. So here it comes, 3rd down and 10. McLean County out of the injury timeouts. Grayson County showing blitz up the middle. It's a pitch out to the right side to Hurley. He tries to get away, and Grayson County swallows him up in the backfield. Big time play by the Cougars. He broke through the offensive line and had a free hit on the run. That's a loss of 9 yards on the play for McLean County, and it's going to turn out to be 4th down and 19. 4th down and 18 here for McLean. This is one of these things here. If you're Grayson, no penalties, because you have to admit that there's one man in the building that this ball is going to, and his name rhymes with name. Brady Dame is going to get the football here. They're going to throw it to him, and if you're the corner for Grayson, you cannot commit a pass interference and give McLean a free play. Dame is all alone to the right side. It's from the far hash. Rolling out. They need to get to the 15-yard line, throwing down the field, and it is incomplete. They threw it right up to him. Double coverage, and it is incomplete, and Grayson County forces a turnover on downs. A 12-play drive that took nearly 8 minutes off the clock ends with no points. 4:09 to play here in the third quarter. Grayson leads McLean 24-14. .409 to play. I formation here. Kaylor Decker, the first drive of the second half for Grayson County. Decker looking to pass, rolls out. It's a little pass off into the flat to Hunter Felty. He catches it at the 38-yard line and is immediately brought down by Aiden Rice for McLean. As he's up now, being brought down to the 38-yard line. That's a 5-yard pickup. 2nd down and 5 comes up here for Grayson. Trips here to the near side. Shotgun formation. One wide receiver here to the left side. McCready is the running back to his right. It's another screen, this time to Owen Bratcher. He catches it at the 38. He's across the 40, across the 45, across the first down marker. That's a first down, Cougars. It's a nice play there. Screen to Owen Bratcher, send his blockers up, and let him get some space and see what he can't do. So officially give that up to the 49-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup and a first down, Cougars. Hurry up offense for Grayson. Trips to the right side. One wide receiver to the left side. Decker in the shotgun formation. It's a handoff to McCready. He's hit in the backfield, moves forward, and gains about 1. So he tried to carry that one across the left side and really didn't have anything going. In fact, they give him no gain. If anything, maybe a gain of 6 inches. So it'll be 2nd down and 9, ball placed on the Cougars of Grayson's 49-yard line. Cougars have trips to the right side, one wide receiver to the left side, working from left to right on your radio dial. Shotgun formation, Decker. He will fake the handoff to McCready, keeps it himself. Across the 50-yard line, has a blocker in front of him, across the 45, breaks back towards the middle at the 40, and he's brought down at the 35-yard line, and multiple late penalty flags come in. And this time, a penalty is going to be called on McLean County for a personal foul. And this one, I think, 100% will be called on the Cougars of McLean. You can give, though, Kaylor Decker up to the 36-yard line. That is going to be a 15-yard pickup and a first down, Cougars, unless this penalty is on Grayson. But it appears that this is potentially going to be against McLean. Well, I don't know now that they're talking this. Maybe it's a holding. They're talking it. The McLean defense has not moved, and the Grayson offense is moving backwards. So I thought this was going to be something on McLean, but instead it's going to be something on Grayson. Here comes the call from the White Hat. They're moving it backwards. It's being moved back quite a bit. So let's see what this call is. Personal foul called against Grayson County. Back to the 50-yard line. And you know what? I didn't see that. I did not see that at all. Brian Jones, though, does not seem to be upset at the call, so he must be agreeing with it. So that hurts. So it'll now turn into be 2nd down and 9. Shotgun formation, Decker. This time trips go to the left side. McLean showing blitz across that right side. And Decker again going to keep this himself. This time he's not going to get much, but he does get across the 50-yard line, being shoved into the turf on the tackle by Aiden Rice. As it is up to the 47-yard line, give Decker 3 yards. 3rd down and about 6 here for Grayson. Ball placed on the McLean 47-yard line, near hash. 1 minute, 32 seconds to play in the first quarter. It is Grayson 24, McLean 14. Spreading it out 4 wide, 2 on each side. Shotgun for Decker. They need to get to the 41-yard line. Decker will pass, throws underneath, complete to Grayson County. That's Hunter Toms on the completion, and he catches it at the 35-yard line. That is going to be a 12-yard pickup and a first down, Grayson. That's what you do. You don't let the penalty affect you even more than it has to, and you keep moving that ball. 1:08 now to play here in the 3rd quarter. It is 24-14. Shotgun formation. McCready to the right. Again, same formation as last time. Ball placed on the near hash. This time it is going to be a fake handoff to McCready on the read option. Decker kept it himself, and that was not a good decision by Kaylor as he is dropped for a loss on the play. Brian Jones is probably asking him, what did you see there? 2-yard loss, 2nd down and 12 coming up, under 30 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. Still no scoring in this quarter at all. In fact, there have only been 2 drives. McLean County's drive went almost 8 minutes, no points. Grayson's has gone just about 4 minutes with no points. Grayson looks like they're going to run one more play here in this quarter. This time it'll be the I formation on 2nd down and 12. Decker scans, and it doesn't look like he's going to get a playoff. So that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Grayson leads McLean 24-14. This is Cougar football on K105.
When I was a kid, my dad would hold a nickel in one hand and a dime in the other and ask, which one is bigger? Of course, the nickel was bigger, but the dime was worth more. Think about that. With all the bank mergers going on, does bigger make them better? I don't think so. Wilson & Muir Bank is a locally owned community bank based right here in Kentucky. I like dealing with people I know personally, the same people I've trusted with my money for years. That's why it's my bank. Wilson & Muir Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
24-14, 12 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Can Grayson County pick up their second win in the season, or will McLean have an answer here in this Cougar clash? It is Grayson County ball, 2nd down and 12. The ball is placed on the McLean 37-yard line. And the whistle is blown, and we get ready to begin this half. It's an offset formation. It's a pitch here to the near side to McCready. He's across the 40-yard line, gets a block across the right side. He's across that 35 and steps out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Give McCready about 5 yards on that play, and it'll turn out to be 3rd down and about 6. And whistle's blown on the far side. And no, there's a McLean player injured. I didn't see him down as he's down here on the near side, and he is hurt on the sideline as the defender. I missed him as he went out of bounds, and I hope that that is nothing serious at all. And Zach Wagner making the long walk in from the far side here to the near side. Grayson County 24, McLean County 0. Or McLean County 14, 24-14, 11 minutes, 54 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Prep football scores to bring you. Glasgow leads Monroe County 49-8, 4 minutes and 16 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Again, Mayo leads St. X 28-14, 9 minutes and 28 seconds to play. We have a final score from Davis County High School where it is Owensboro 49, Davis County 42. That is a final score. So a big game there in the Davis County area. See if other scores that we can bring you right now. As I scroll through and don't see anything coming in of much interest at this moment. And getting to his feet and walking off at his own power is Zach Clayton. Let's hope that Clayton is okay. While he's walking up the field, Zach Wagner, the head coach of McLean, talking to his defense, almost using it as a little bit of a pep talk. He's almost using it as a timeout to his advantage. So here we come. 3rd down and 7 for Grayson. Ball placed on the 32-yard line. This is a big play here for Grayson. Because you give McLean the ball back here, they score a touchdown, and it's a close game. 11:50 and counting to play here in the fourth quarter. Shotgun formation, Decker trips down here to the left side. He's going to pass to the left side. It's complete to Toms on the bubble screen. He's across the 30, across the 25. He's across the 20. He's going to the house. Touchdown, Cougars. 32-yard pass completion on the bubble screen. Decker to Toms, strikes again. Hunter Toms, his 3rd touchdown catch of the season, and Grayson County leads 30-14. Exactly what Grayson County needed in that situation. The PAT coming from Jackson Kane to try and make it a 31-14 lead. Good snap, the kick is up, it's long enough, and he put it through. Grayson leads 31-14. This is Cougar football on K105.
Wash your hands, stay home, cover your cough. It's our new reality with COVID-19, and that means calling ahead instead of going directly to a doctor or hospital if you're sick. It means being more patient. We're all in this together, and we all have a role in preventing the spread. So, prepare, focus on the essentials, protect, keep some space from people outside your home, and disinfect a lot. Get the facts at kycovid19.ky.gov. Prepare, protect, disinfect.
When I was a kid, my dad would hold a nickel in one hand and a dime in the other and ask, which one is bigger? Of course, the nickel was bigger, but the dime was worth more. Think about that. With all the bank mergers going on, does bigger make them better? I don't think so. Wilson & Muir Bank is a locally owned community bank based right here in Kentucky. I like dealing with people I know personally, the same people I've trusted with my money for years. That's why it's my bank. Wilson & Muir Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Grayson County turns in a long touchdown drive that goes about 7 plays and takes about 5 minutes off the clock, and they now lead this one 31-14 with 11 minutes and 38 seconds to play in the ballgame. Jackson Kane to kick this one away, and I'm sure at this point he'll boom this one as deep as he can kick it. And it's another kick on the ground. It's going to be picked up at the 30-yard line and fallen down by McLean County. I believe that was Rice that came down and fell on top of that. It is Aiden Rice that picks it up. So McLean going to have the ball here at the 30-yard line, 11:37 to play. In fact, they move him up to the 31. So a little bit of a generous spot there for McLean. Final score here, LaRue County comes up with a win 20-13. Tonight, I'm not sure who they played there. I'm not sure I recognize that logo, as it was a logo tweet. Franklin Simpson leads White House, Tennessee, 21-7. Bethlehem leads Thomas Nelson, 30-7, early in the fourth quarter of a game in the Bardstown area. As it is back to pass goes Klein. He throws up the seam, and it is complete to Dame. He slips a tackle at the 35. He's across the 30. He's inside the 10, and McLean has an answer on this one. That is a 69-yard touchdown pass, one play, and McLean has an answer. So they will go for two, presumably, in this situation. And that's just where Dame is dangerous. On the side, he ran up the seam and found pay dirt. So here comes the two-point conversion attempt for McLean. Klein goes under center. Man in motion, it's a handoff right side. Hurley, he's stonewalled at the line, but he got just enough in to give McLean the two-point conversion. 11:25 to play here tonight. It's Grayson 31, McLean 22. This is Cougar football on K105.
Kentucky's new 5-star school rating system provides parents with an easy way to find out how their children's schools are performing. Star ratings are based on test scores for reading, math, social studies, science, and writing. They are also based on students' academic growth over 1 year. For high schools, ratings are also based on how well students are prepared for college and careers after graduation and the number of students who graduate on time. Visit kyschoolreportcard.com for the latest information on schools in your community.
We, the people, are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
They needed an answer. And they got an answer in the quickest way possible. It is 31-22, 11 minutes, 25 seconds to play here in tonight's game. Grayson still leads. McLean but it was a 69-yard touchdown pass to Brady Dame. McLean to kick, and it's an onside kick attempt, and Grayson County appears that they fell down, but it looks like it bounced out again. The officials are on top of it, and it is Grayson County ball. That almost was really bad. Stephen Lee, the freshman, comes down on top of it, and that freshman just made maybe the biggest play of his career and immediately gets head taps from every single member of that Cougar bench, and that's a huge play for a freshman as he bobbled it but was able to get back on top of it. And you can argue whether the onside kick was the right call or not. But with 11 minutes and 24 seconds to play here in this game, Grayson's going to have the ball in McLean territory at the 48-yard line. A sideline warning has been issued to McLean County here. So again, 11 minutes, 24 seconds to play here in tonight's ball game. It is Grayson 31, McLean 22. Casey County was who LaRue County had defeated. I was wondering, I didn't know that logo. It's Casey County. Decker goes in in shotgun. It's a handoff to McCready, and he has absolutely nothing rolling, and it's also one play. He's back to the 49-yard line. Decker runs in to get the play call now from Brian Jones. Jones obviously is a more conservative head coach at times. He will prefer to run the ball, especially when he has the lead late in games. So it'll be 2nd down and 11. Ball placed in the McLean 49-yard line. Ball in the far hash. Grayson County working from right to left on your radio dial. So it'll be Toms to the right side, Trips here to the near side, Brancher, Felty, and Van Meter. Van Meter is in the middle, and a penalty flag is going to be thrown, and that's going to be called on Grayson. It's going to be a dead ball, false start that's going to push the Cougars back into their own territory, back to the 46-yard line. And if there is a huge takeaway from this game here tonight, it is penalties. Grayson has had a lot of penalties in this game. And honestly, if they didn't have the penalties, they'd probably be up by 2 or 3 scores. And I'm sure Coach Jones will not be happy about that when we talk to him post-game. Trips here to the near side, one wide receiver to the right side. 2nd down and long. Decker to pass, another bubble screen caught by Owen Bratcher at the 45-yard line. He's across the 50, slips a tackle up to the 45-yard line. The bubble screen works to perfection again, and Owen Bratcher picks up 9 yards on the play, and it'll be 3rd down and about 7. Third down and 7 for Grayson. What do you do here if you're Brian Jones? Do you pass here on 3rd and 7? Do you try to run? Do you run this bubble screen that has had some success here? He's got a lot of decisions. They're going to go wide here. 2 on each side, 4 wide. Shotgun formation, McCready is to his left, and it is going to be kept by Decker up the middle. He's up to the 40-yard line. He needed to get to the 38, so he's 2 yards short. Up to the 40-yard line, so it is going to be 4th down and 2. What do you do here? Do you go for it, or do you try and punt it and pin them deep? Before the game, in warm-ups, we were watching as Hunter Tums was practicing coffin quarter punting. He was practicing, standing from about this point in the field, trying to pin the punts deep. This time they're going to go with a bunch formation here. 2 blockers for McCready in the backfield. Under center goes Decker, and that's going to be a false start called on Grayson. That'll be Sawyer Drake going to be whistled for the false start, and this changes things. Back to the 45-yard line, and now it turns into, instead of 4th and short, 4th and 7. 8 minutes, 40 seconds to play. You're up by 9. This is a tough call. Jones appears to be going for it. What do you decide here? I mean, it's an obvious passing down unless they run the RPO, which Decker has had success. They need to get to the 38-yard line, does Decker. 3-step drop, McLean sending everyone. The pass is complete for a first down, Grayson. Hunter Toms lays out to grab it on the curl route, comes back and gives it up to the 34-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup and a first down, Cougars. That's a huge play and a great play call as it was the curl route. Toms went down right at the first down marker, turned, and Decker delivered him a pass right on the money. Now Grayson could have a chance to put this game away with a touchdown. Shotgun formation. Decker will pass again, looks, throws up the seam, intended for Jaron Van Meter. And the Cougar faithful want a pass interference call. The officials disagree. As Van Meter, when he came out and entered the second level of the defense, he immediately started to stumble. So that'll bring up second down and 10 here. 7 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock. 31-22, Grayson leads McLean. It's been a great football game here tonight. It's been a great game. 2 wide receivers on each side. Decker in the shotgun, McCready to his right. He will pass again. 1-step drop, now steps up, and he's got a lot of room to scramble. There's going to be a penalty flag thrown on the far side. And I think this one's going to come back as Decker runs out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. And I believe this one is going to come back. A holding, I believe, is going to be called on the right side for Grayson. We'll wait and see, though. I've been wrong a lot tonight when it comes to penalties. And the Grayson County offense is not moving up to where the ball would be. And let's see what the call comes from our head official. Yep, it's going to be on Grayson. Holding called on Grayson. So here comes Grayson, second down and long. 7 minutes, 42 seconds to play in tonight's game. Shotgun formation. Decker to pass, throws off to the right side. It is complete. And after a short gain, he's immediately hit after a pickup of about 2 yards. So it was complete to Felty up to the 40-yard line. So it'll be third down and about 16 for Grayson. They need to get to the 24. Shotgun formation again. Bunch trips formation here to the left. Decker to pass, steps, throws over the middle, and it is complete to Toms. He gets past the defender to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Cougars. Hunter Toms, 40-yard touchdown reception, and Grayson County has opened this one up to a 37-22 lead. Big time play for Grayson. Kane to attempt the extra points. Place down, kick is up, and it is blocked by McLean County. And I think the McLean County player might have gotten an extra start, but no sign there. 6 minutes, 52 seconds to play. Grayson County leads this 37-22. So Hunter Toms on the pass completion, his second of the game. Grayson County had not had a player catch 2 touchdowns in a game since 2015. Hunter Toms has now done it in back-to-back games. And I'll tell you what, Kaylor Decker is probably knocking on the door at 200 yards passing. Grayson County has not had 200 yards passing in a game in quite some time. You'd have to go back to November the 14th, 2014, the last time Grayson County had 200 yards passing. So Grayson going to kick this one away. 6 minutes, 52 seconds to play here in tonight's game. Jackson Kane to kick this away. And the whistle is blown to give him the go-ahead. A line drive kick that's over the head, and that's going to be a touchback. 6 minutes, 52 seconds to play in tonight's game. To our digital productions broadcast, 3 to 30, 5 minutes and 37 seconds to play in this game, as we're hoping to get our K105 digital productions broadcast back up for you. As the kick here by McLean County, it's an onside kick and fallen on top of by Grayson County. They had their hands team on top of, and there's a very late penalty flag that comes in. I believe this is going to be a penalty called on Grayson County, and the Cougar that recovered that is still down after the play. As we're hoping that we will be able to bring our K105 digital productions broadcast back here. As we are back here on K105 Digital Productions, I'm hoping, nope, we're not just quite yet. We're hoping to get you there very soon. There is a penalty flag called after this play. They're going to talk this one over. See where Grayson County is going to get this football. It's 43 to 30, though. These two teams have fought like crazy to get back and forth in this. Targeting called against McLean County. So Grayson County is going to end up getting really good field position here with 5 minutes and 37 seconds to play here in tonight's game. So they're going to officially place this here to the 37-yard line of McLean County. So we're hoping that we have officially gotten our K105 Digital Productions broadcast back up here at this point. And what you missed is, well, you missed some haymakers. And we hate that it happened at this point, but sometimes technology doesn't work the way that we want it to. So we'll try to bring you an update of what you missed. In the meantime, it's 43 to 30 is the score. 5 minutes and 37 seconds to play in tonight's game. Grayson County has the ball. So there's a handoff to McCready. He's across the 35. He's across the 30. Outside the numbers, across the 20. He's across the 20. Inside the 15. Spinning down to the 11-yard line. Big time run by Chandler McCready on the first play. He's down to the 11, and that is a 26-yard run for McCready. So what you had missed, and I'm going to try my best, is there was the 40-yard touchdown pass from Decker to Toms. I believe that's about where we had cut off. Interception by Keaton Hodges. Grayson County took 2 plays, a 37-yard touchdown run by Kaylor Decker. Then McLean County got the ball back. They took 1 play, an 80-yard touchdown pass to Dane. I can't make it up. It was so good that I couldn't make it up as to how good it actually was. We're trying our best to bring you as much as we can. Our scoreboard is one of the things that we're going to be dealing with technical difficulties. We'll try our best to bring you as much as we can. I formation here. Decker, handoff again to McCready. He's outside the 10. And that's where he is going to be brought down at about the 7-yard line, about a 4-yard pickup for McCready. 4 minutes, 40 seconds and counting to play here in tonight's game. It's 43 to 30, and we have a timeout whistled for an injured Cougar on the field, and trainer Scott has been put to work here tonight. 4 minutes and 36 seconds to play here in tonight's game. As we hope that we can bring it. But again, what you had missed, and I believe our K105 Digital Productions broadcast has returned, we apologize for those issues. Is sometimes technology doesn't work. But again, what you had missed is we believe it happened right before Kaylor Decker had a touchdown pass to Hunter Toms, 40 yards. The extra point was blocked with 6 minutes and 52 seconds to play in the game. Keaton Hodges then on the first play for McLean County after they got the ball back had an interception to give Grayson County the ball. They had a no gain, and then on their second play it was a 37-yard touchdown run by Kaylor Decker to give Grayson County at the time was a 43-22 lead. Then McLean County had an answer of their own. It was an 80-yard touchdown pass to Brady Dame that he, as you would say, he mossed him. He took it off the Cougars' helmet at about midfield and had no one in front of him and brought forward, and it was a huge gain on the play for Grayson. As it is 43-30, 4 minutes and 36 seconds to play here in tonight's game. The Cougar player is still down on the field. And up and walking off the field on his own power is Chandler McCready. That is not an injury that you want for Grayson whatsoever. So Grayson County still leads us 43-30. As 4 minutes and 36 seconds to play in tonight's game. Under center, here goes Decker. He is going to hand it off now to another running back. That's Hunter Toms in the backfield. He dives towards the pylon. He is in. Hunter Toms takes it in 7 yards, and Grayson County adds another touchdown run. They lead 49-30. 4 minutes, 31 seconds to play in tonight's game. (49-30). Grayson County leads this. They're going to look to score 50 points in a game for the first time since November the 2nd, 2018 against Graves County. If you're curious, since this fourth quarter it didn't look like we were going to get this high scoring, the school record for points in a game is 62. Jackson Kane on to attempt the extra point. Good snap, and it's actually not a good hold as it's bobbled, and it's going to remain a 49-30 lead. 4 minutes and 31 seconds to play here in the ball game. Again, we hope that we are officially back here on K105 Digital Productions. Again, we apologize for those issues. Sometimes it just happens. So Grayson County adds in another touchdown. It is 49-30. 4 minutes and 31 seconds to play. Hunter Toms, I believe that was his first career touchdown run. And let's hope that Chandler McCready is okay after he left with an injury. As I see here, some big news going on district-wise. Gavin Wimsett, the starting quarterback of the Owensboro Red Devils, has informed the team that he will no longer be the quarterback, and he is instead going to be enrolling at Rutgers University next week. That puts a little bit of intrigue into Grayson County's district. I mean, listen, I'm by no means going to say that Gavin Wimsett not being there now says that Grayson County is going to win the district because, look, we're realists here. It happens. But still, it's interesting. It's definitely very, very interesting. Jackson Kane to kick this away. And it's a line drive kick caught at the 25. What a catch at the 25. Across the 35, slipping a tackle up to the 42-yard line. In there on the run was Will Taylor. As that one went right into his hands, and a little slow to get up is Taylor, and I'm sure that's more that he just took a kick right to the chest. So McLean has the ball here. 4 minutes, 24 seconds to play. It is Grayson County 49, McLean County 30. McLean will have the ball on their own 41-yard line, but that is huge news in Class 5A. So we break the huddle. 4:24 again to play in tonight's game. Shotgun formation, trips to the left side. Low snap, Klein bobbles, recovers, looks to pass, throws down the field, and he went up and got it again, did Brady Dame. He's up to the 32-yard line, and a late penalty flag comes in, and I think this is going to be a penalty on Grayson County on the tackle. As that was another big pass completion, and McLean County is torching this Grayson County defense with Brady Dame. And Brian Jones doesn't like the call, but from my vantage point, I think it was a good one on the face mask. And they're going to move this ball all the way up now to the 18-yard line. Brady Dame has been a beast here tonight. Under center goes Klein. I think you're going to have to start triple covering Dame, make somebody else beat you. Klein will throw, and it is off the hands of a wide receiver. Nice defense by Grayson to immediately shove the player out of bounds to make sure nothing more can happen. 49-30. Grayson leads this 4:05 to play in tonight's game. And we have a timeout. Did I hear called? No. I thought I heard somebody who say it was a timeout. .403 to play in tonight's game. It is 49-30. Grayson County and McLean County. The Cougars lead by 19. McLean needs a touchdown quick. Klein will look to pass, rolls out here towards the near side. He's got to scramble away, hit as he throws, and it's thrown and incomplete. Just overthrown. Hunter Toms and Dame went right at it. Dame wanted a pass interference call, and it looked like Toms got there right as the ball did. No flag whistled there. It'll be now 3rd down and 10. Ball placed on the 18-yard line. Third down and 10. Ball placed here at the 18-yard line. 3 minutes, 52 seconds on the clock. Klein under center. He'll roll out to pass, scans, he's got to get it away, throw, and that is intercepted by Jaron Van Meter at the 5-yard line. Breaks back here towards the middle. He's across the 20. He's outside the numbers across the 25, back towards the middle, up to about the 33-yard line. That's an interception for Jaron Van Meter, and that should be a Grayson County ball game. That's the 3rd takeaway of the game for Grayson. Jaron Van Meter returns that one about 31 yards. 3 minutes and 38 seconds to go. Grayson County leads 49-30. Wow. Chandler McCready still on the sidelines. His helmet is off. And I'm sure this is one of these things that Brian Jones looked at him and said, hey, it's a 19-point game. We need you for Butler County next week. Speaking of Butler County, they beat Breckenridge County tonight 44-13. Under center, Decker this time, and it is a handoff to one of the fullbacks, and he's immediately driven backwards. I believe that is Hunter Felty. We have a flag on the play, another one. Laundry has been littered left and right here tonight. And here comes the white hat to deliver our call. We still wait. I'm not really sure what the holdup is here now. Officials are talking this over. It's been a long time of waiting for a penalty call. Here he comes. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on McLean County. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on Grayson County. Those plays offset. And it's going to be first down Grayson. So Grayson has the ball here on their own 33-yard line. Grayson Chafin's also into the game here for Grayson County. Looks like Hunter Toms is the deep back for Grayson. Hunter Felty is his fullback. One wide receiver on each side, Chafin's and Bratcher. It's a pitch here to Toms. He's across the 30, across the 35, and thrown out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 3 minutes to go. And they're going to officially give that up to the 38. It's a 5-yard pickup there by Hunter Toms. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play in tonight's game. Two minutes, 30 seconds and counting now. Trips here to the near side, one wide receiver to the right side. Decker will pass, bubble screen complete to Bratcher. He slips a tackle at the 40, breaks through another one near the first down marker on third down and about 5. He broke through, and he is very close to that third down mark. First down, Cougar, says the official. 42-yard line is where he needed to get to, and that's exactly what he did. In fact, he ended up getting to the 43. And Grayson could theoretically go into the victory formation and finish this one out against McLean. This is a good win here for Grayson. (49-30) appears will be the final score of this game. Decker, quarterback draw right up the middle across the 45 and brought down at his ankles and is accidentally kicked in the head. Run by there by Noah Coleman. Obviously no intent there. He was just running to make a play and accidentally kicked Kaler in the head. That's a 5-yard pickup. Second down and 5, 1:20 to play. I'm a little surprised Brian Jones isn't just going into the victory formation and getting out of here and making sure nobody else gets hurt. So here it comes. Felty, Goff, and I believe Chafin's out wide to the right. Bratcher down here to the left side. Faking the handoff, Decker going to keep this himself, and he probably should have given it away because it turns out to be a loss of 3 yards. Back to the 45. In fact, it's back now to the 44. In fact, Grayson County going to win this one. They will improve to 2-1 on the season. And I think they'll probably have to run one more play. And there they go, the victory formation, the best formation in football. Decker puts it down, and Grayson County picks up a 49-30 win tonight against McLean County and improved to 2-1 on the season. They're going to host Butler County next Friday night. Grayson County picks up a win, 49-30. This is Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back to the show. Now it's time to dig into some of this great barbecue.
Cut!
Tim, what are you doing in your phone?
You said it's time to dig, and I'm dialing 811 because I always call before I dig.
That's if you're digging into your lawn or garden. 811 helps you avoid underground utilities by marking them for free. But this is our food lovers show.
Then I'll tell you what, I am digging in.
Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
I am a nurse,
A firefighter.
A college student.
a mother, and I am an American soldier. I will always be ready
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
my family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good.
Good night to be a Cougar. Grayson County wins this one by a final score of 49-30. They now improve to 2-1 on the season. They're going to be hosting Butler County next Friday night at 7 p.m. Kaylor Decker, 3 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns here in the win tonight. Coming up, we'll jump into the fifth quarter show. We'll run down the scoring from this game, the scores from around the region, and talk to the head man himself, Brian Jones. This is Cougar Football on K105.
I'm that guy, the one who never finished high school, worked for a company that shut down. That guy who felt lost. Then I started free adult education classes, saw an opportunity. Forget minimum wage. How about maximum wage? And now, I'm that guy.
Text My Job to 74700 for free Kentucky Adult Education Skills U classes.
The more you learn, the more you earn.
At the core of most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield or fdbm.net.
At the core of most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
I'm that guy, the one who never finished high school, worked for a company that shut down. That guy who felt lost. Then I started free adult education classes, saw an opportunity. Forget minimum wage. How about maximum wage? And now, I'm that guy.
Text My Job to 74700 for free Kentucky Adult Education Skills U classes.
The more you learn, the more you earn.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
Welcome back to the show. Now it's time to dig into some of this great barbecue.
Cut!
Tim, what are you doing in your phone?
You said it's time to dig, and I'm dialing 811 because I always call before I dig.
That's if you're digging into your lawn or garden. 811 helps you avoid underground utilities by marking them for free. But this is our food lovers show.
Then I'll tell you what, I am digging in.
Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky Farm Families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Welcome back to the show. Now it's time to dig into some of this
Grayson County High School, where the Cougars have won tonight by a final score of 49-30 against McLean County. As this is our fifth quarter show, again, our K105 Digital Productions broadcast. We are, in fact, actually, we can go full-on camera mode here. My camera is back here, as I can't really see myself. But hello, we're here at the Cougar Den. We're at the Cougar Stadium, where Grayson County has won tonight by a final score of 49-30. We'll hopefully get a chance to talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Brian Jones, here in just a moment. We'll also run down the scoring from this game, the scores from around the region, and some huge district news as it comes to Grayson County football. Might have to get Brian Jones' initial reaction. It looks like he's breaking the huddle right now. I'm not sure if that's going to mean that he's going to make his way up here, or if he's going to talk a little bit with some of his family beforehand or something along the lines of that. Grayson County, though, picks up the win. Depending on how you want to look at it, they're either 2-0 or 2-1. According to the KHSAA, they're 2-1. I see, according to our good friend Roger Lush, they're 2-0. And you know what? We get to see Roger Lush next week at the Alumni Association Homecoming Tailgate. So you know what? I'm going to stick with him, and we're going to say 2-0 because undefeated sounds a whole lot better than 2-1. We're going to take a break, hopefully get a chance to talk to the head man himself next here on K105.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield or fdbm.net.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky Farm Families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
I am a nurse,
A firefighter.
A college student.
a mother, and I am an American soldier. I will always be ready
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
my family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good. So if at first you don't succeed, quit. Quit again. And remember, even though quitting is hard, you don't have to do it alone. Quit Now Kentucky is with you every step of the way. For free help quitting tobacco, text QUIT KY to 797979 or go to quitnowkentucky.org.
Cougar football on K105.
It's a great night to be a Grayson County Cougar, as the Cougars have won tonight by a final score of 49-30 against McLean County. Big-time win for Grayson, and that fourth quarter was incredibly exciting here today, as a whole lot of scoring between these two teams. Some scores to bring you from around the region. Russellville defeating Todd Central by a final score of 10-0. Madisonville North Hopkins on top of Crittenden County by a final score of 33-20. And, of course, the biggest news of the day, I guess that has some feel towards Grayson County, is that Gavin Wimsett, the starting quarterback for Owensboro High School, one of the top player in the entire state, is deciding that he's no longer going to play high school football and instead is going to go immediately to Rutgers University starting next week. Other scores to bring you: Butler County was all over Breck County tonight by a final score of, I believe that was 49 to, in fact, here, I'm just going to scroll through and grab it, 44-13. So that's Grayson County's next opponent. Butler County picks up that big win, 44-13 against the Fighting Tigers of Breckenridge County. A little bit maybe of a surprising total when you look around at it. As I look down here to see if Coach Jones, it looks like, oh, he's talking to one of his daughters. I can't take that in. In fact, as I've said here, not only just talking to one of his daughters, but I think one of the future Lady Cougar basketball greats. You heard it here first. Brian Jones's oldest daughter, Bree, I believe is her name. She is going to be a player for the Lady Cougars. And in fact, I think all three of his daughters are going to be players here for Grayson County. I think you might be able to throw the Jones family up there in the realm of the Garys or the Chaffins or something along the lines of that by the end of the day, or the Blaines, as they say here at Grayson County High School. The best Cougar baseball manager that Danny Clark ever had. That's at least what he told me, as Chase Blaine is your director here tonight. Coach Jones still talking with his family down there. Let's see if there aren't any other score updates that I can't bring you. Graves County destroys McCracken County tonight by a final score of 49-16. As Bowling Green in McCracken County, that was a close game just I think last week, so that's something to keep an eye on. Mayfield leads Paducah Tillman 42-28. Greenwood destroys Allen County Scottsville by a final score of 38-0 as the final of that one. Again, our final score: Grayson County 49, McLean County 30. Some big-time scoring in this game, and looks like Coach Jones might be making his way up here soon enough. So we'll take a break and come back with a little bit more, as this is K105.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield or fdbm.net.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky Farm Families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Welcome back to the show. Now it's time to dig into some of this great barbecue.
Cut!
Tim, what are you doing in your phone?
You said it's time to dig, and I'm dialing 811 because I always call before I dig.
That's if you're digging into your lawn or garden. 811 helps you avoid underground utilities by marking them for free. But this is our food lovers show.
Then I'll tell you what, I am digging in.
Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
I'm that guy, the one who never finished high school, worked for a company that shut down. That guy who felt lost. Then I started free adult education classes, saw an opportunity. Forget minimum wage. How about maximum wage? And now, I'm that guy.
Text My Job to 74700 for free Kentucky Adult Education Skills U classes.
The more you learn, the more you earn.
Take it from me.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars have picked up a win tonight against McLean County by a final score of 49-30. And Coach, Brian Jones now joins me. And, Coach, I think we all needed to take a deep breath out after that fourth quarter where it was, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touchdowns between your two teams. I mean, that was a lot going on. What are your overall thoughts on this game?
I thought the kids played hard, and offensively, I thought we did a really nice job, and finished, I guess, all our drives, but the one that ended in a field goal instead of a touchdown, and so I thought that was really nice, and I thought at times defensively we looked really, really good, and I tell you, number 5's a heck of a player.
Dame, yeah.
I think he's a returner maybe as a
fifth-year kid. He's a super senior, yeah.
Yeah, and he was tough. I mean, there was a couple of those. We were in great position. He still come down with the ball. So, we got some some things in the secondary because we're going to see some teams over the next couple of weeks really sling the ball around a lot. And, I expect Butler to throw it, especially after seeing this film. And then Graves County will come in. They'll throw it a ton. And so it'll be nice to get Michael Wood back. He'll help, with some of that. And but overall, I'm just glad that one's over with.
Yeah, one of those games that you just kind of want to survive.
And when I was a head coach over at Todd, McLean was in our district, and they can get chippy, and I've played them a ton of times, and that's, I guess, not uncommon, and you see some of those penalties, and so we got to do a better job keeping our cool. We're dressing a small crew again with the COVID stuff, just trying to keep as few, I guess, interactions as possible. Try to protect the team to be able to play as many games as possible, and so it really hurts us. If a kid's got to come off the field. Because we just don't have a lot of reserves dressed, and so that's something that we'll have to work on this week, getting better at playing ahead when you're ahead. You just got to keep your mouth quiet and get back to the huddle as quick as possible, and that'll eliminate some of that. So overall, I'm just I'm proud of the kids for the win, but there's some things we got to do better at. That's for sure.
Kaler tonight, 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. I know you asked me right before we came on if I had any stats. I don't. I can't keep track of that. I can give you that. He was probably knocking on the door, though, of almost a 200 game tonight. Grayson County hasn't had a 200-yard passer since 2014. He was pretty good tonight.
Yeah, he did an excellent job. He's really – I think the 7-on-7 really did him a huge favor, just getting those looks of seeing defenses and things like that. And he's a – he's a real student of the game. He's always trying to improve, and it's like having a coach on the field for us. And he works his butt off, and that's he's seeing the fruits of his labor, I guess. He's one of our hardest working kids, and it shows when Friday night rolls around that he's just ultra prepared, runs the ball really well. He's deceptively faster than he looks, and he, other than the one errant throw, and that was, I think, just trying to rush a little bit. Didn't see the corner was cheated inside, and we really should have just stayed with the other half of the play on that RPO and, slow it down a little bit and take a breath. And he probably recognizes that and doesn't throw the pick. So, all in all, he played a heck of a game, that's for sure.
What does that say about him, though, that, he was going down and that drive was looking just about as good as a drive as you had all season, and he throws the pick six. And I know, that's football. It happens sometimes. But how impressive was it that he then just kept his nose in the ground and turned in and ended up adding the 36-yard touchdown run, and I don't think that they stopped you again the rest of the game.
Yeah. I think that's something he's really improved at. I think, last year – following a mistake, sometimes that would linger a little bit, and I think he's done a great job at having some short-term memory loss this year, and of course he hasn't made many mistakes, but I think that's an area through 7-on-7 and being able to make some mistakes, where it really doesn't matter a whole lot, and you can learn from that mistake without much of a penalty in 7-on-7. Who really cares? We're out there trying to get better, and so I think he's been able to just kind of shrug that off and come back out and play the next play. And I think that tonight showed that he's learned a great deal at knowing mistakes are going to happen, and you got to come back out and keep playing. And he led us down the field the very next drive. So
Chandler left late in the injury. Is that anything that you're worried about, or is it one of those things you got to wait till the morning?
Probably wait till the morning. Of course, he's a tough kid, and
I know that from basketball that you almost have to keep him off the field.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of one of those situations that late in the game, no need to further push anything. Kind of got that one locked up, and Dr. Miller just said it'd be best to keep him out, and so we did. And there's going to be some guys that played a lot of plays there that are going to be bumped and bruised up tomorrow, and the good thing is got the weekend, and then we'll Monday we'll start getting ready for Butler County. But you listen to Chandler talk, and he said he was fine, and so I'll get with Dr. Miller tonight and or in the morning and kind of see what he thinks about him. And he'll be somebody that next week will probably severely knock back kind of what he's taken hit wise and things like that, and hopes that he's ready for next Friday night, because he's a big part of our offense.
Talking about next Friday night, I can bring you a score: Butler County 44, Breck 13 tonight. Another score that I can bring you that might be of interest: Graves beats McCracken 49-16 tonight. But I'm not sure if you've heard the even biggest news, and I can get your first reaction on this. Gavin Wimsett announced tonight that he's going to head to Rutgers next week.
Oh, wow.
So that I know that changes, and that's a first reaction. But
they'll
he's
still
a special
be very good.
Yeah, there's by no means am I saying that, but that's a special player that I'm almost hating that I'm not going to be able to see play again in the high school realm. But thought process, though, moving into Butler County, kind of knowing, too, though, that those teams are coming down the road.
I think, it's 2 weeks in a row that, Butler appears to have played pretty good football. The first week they played Russellville, and, I think Russellville got on them pretty hard. But, everything I've heard, Russellville should be a really good team this year.
They beat Todd County tonight 10-0.
And so, until I guess I see that Breck game, and I'll probably try to give Coach Hoddle a call and see kind of what his thoughts were. They could have been missing some kids, or who knows. I know a couple of weeks ago they got beat pretty bad by somebody, and their quarterback went out, just a few hours before the game into quarantine. So you never know the situation. So my first reaction to, Butler over Breck is just kind of wait and see what the, what really kind of happened. I know Coach Hoddle will shoot me straight, and but that's scoring a lot of points, and I know they're going to throw it. They got a talented quarterback and the Henderson kid, and so
Fleener kid who's kind of similar to Dame a little bit, maybe a little stockier.
Yeah, and we'll have to do a really good job, because quarterback's a great runner. He throws it well, and so we'll have to really improve upon some things defensively that were exposed tonight, and and the key will be for us to maintain possession of the football. And I think that times we've been really good at long sustained drives and eating up some clock, and that may be a situation that we have to game plan for against Butler. We played them in 7-on-7 once, and so we've seen them a little bit, but they seem to be playing good here the past 2 weeks, so we'll see.
Well, I know next week, big deal, a lot coming in. I know that a big homecoming event planned. We look forward to it, and it'll be here before we know it, 1 week away.
Yeah, it absolutely will. I'm excited to kind of see, what comes forth of this. I know Mr. Lush has done a fantastic job promoting it, and there's supposed to be a lot of people coming in. I know last year it was going to take place. There were some people coming in from all over the country, and he's a tremendous asset to our program and our community, even though he's not here. I've never really been a part of a program that's had a guy that's done such a good job promoting the program and not really even be here. I talk to him quite a bit throughout the week usually, and he does an outstanding job of, really putting some good stuff out there for the kids and the program and the community. And so I'm excited to kind of see what comes forth, and hopefully, we'll have a good week of practice and be able to fire on all cylinders.
Coach, we look forward to it. That's head coach Brian Jones. We'll have more here coming up after this.
At the core, most any farm is a family, and I'm proud to work with my family every day.
It's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but farming is not just a living, it is a lifestyle.
You've got to love what you do. I love farming.
I think a lot of people are very happy to know that neighbors, people like us, are the ones raising their food.
And we want our neighbors to enjoy the same product that we serve to our family.
Kentucky farm families.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier. I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good. So if at first you don't succeed, quit. Quit again. And remember, even though quitting is hard, you don't have to do it alone. Quit Now Kentucky is with you every step of the way. For free help quitting tobacco, text QUIT-KY to 797979 or go to Quit Now Kentucky.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield or fdbm.net.
Cougar football on K105.
That wraps up our coverage here tonight. Grayson County picks up a win here by a final score of 49-30. Running down the scoring very quick in the game, McLean County had a 77-yard touchdown interception return by Dame, a 36-yard touchdown run by Kaylor Decker. Decker also added a 43-yard touchdown run. Chandler McCready added a 4-yard touchdown run, a Klein to Dame pass from 6 yards, and then a 27-yard field goal from Jackson Kane made it the 24-14 lead at the half. And we thought, oh, wow, that was an exciting first half. No scoring in the third quarter. But boy, did we realize we were in for a treat in the fourth quarter. Started off on the second play of the fourth quarter. Kaylor Decker found Hunter Thomas for a 32-yard touchdown pass. Brady Dame, next pass, catches a 69-yard touchdown pass. Kaylor Decker finds Hunter Thomas for a 40-yard touchdown pass. Keaton Hodges gets an interception. We think, okay, Grayson County potentially going to cruise to the end of this one. A 37-yard touchdown run by Kaylor Decker. But then Brady Dame answered with an 80-yard touchdown run, 5 minutes and 37 seconds to play, and the final touchdown of the game for Grayson, a 7-yard touchdown run by Hunter Thomas. That wraps up the coverage. Grayson County a 49-30 victor here tonight against McLean County. As Grayson County going to be hosting Butler County next Friday evening, 7 o'clock will be the kickoff, 6:30. Will be the coverage live on K105 Digital Productions. I want to thank the K105 Digital Productions crew for their hard work tonight. Your camera operators were Alex Cook and Cody Brock, and your director was Chase Blaine. So on a night where the Grayson County Cougars improved 2-0, 2-1, however you want to look at it, by a final score of 49-30